All right, is it time for the drag race showcase? Getting started a little bit early, actually, but that's not a bad thing. I just want to be sure that everything is going well here, but it seems like my audio's good, and yeah, let's get some people into this. Apologies, my voice is a little bit stuck today, but we'll clear it out by talking quite a bit. And it's just me today, so it'll be interesting to see how things go. Hey, welcome to the stream, people who are here. Drag Race Showcase 2022, let's go. I got some stuff to sort out quickly in the background before we go. Because I'm gonna post a video right now too. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna post that here, and I'm also going to post it in the announcements. And good morning. Is it? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is. It is still morning. It is 1 minute till the afternoon. 1 minute. So, before we get too far, I want to state the obvious. I cut my hair very short, and it looks like I'm balding significantly. Don't worry, though. Yeah, I'm gonna be bald one day. But for now, we're just gonna have to focus on the game itself. I have a way to fix that if it is actually annoying. One of the things I got to do before we get too far is this stream is up right now. And I'm also going to post a video right now. So if you get tired of the stream, you can go watch a video that I just posted, automation in beamng, which is also advertising for the stream as well. So we got two things going on, which is great. Boom. Both of those are posted in the Discord. Yeah, I'm not like King Neptune yet. People are gonna be like, my eyes, the classic. But yeah, let's get started. Basically, what we're gonna be doing today is running through the submissions for the Drag Race Showcase. Just let me get myself reorganized here. We have 77 cars, I believe, to go through. I've got yeah, don't worry about watching the video now if you're on the stream. Watch it later. But we got 77 cars to get through, and 2 of them are going to be practice run cars. And then I've also got the results up there on the screen for you. It's like here, I guess, if I'm probably not pointing the right way at all. Here, maybe? Yeah, it would be up here on this side. So I'll move that along as we go through this so you can actually see the times and the best times. The thing is, then, that'll make this a little bit more interesting. Okay, I'm not hearing any sound right now. There we go. But the thing that'll make this a bit more interesting is we're going to be running through the submissions based on their classes. We've got front wheel drive first because it's a very small class, and then we're going to do rear, then we're going to do all, and it's going to be fun. So yeah, we should be good. I appreciate everybody joining me so far. We got 41 people already, and it's like 3 minutes into the stream. It's very exciting. See, whenever I'm doing one of these streams, I'm always like, oh no, something's gonna go wrong. There are actual people watching it this time, so you never know. But we're here in beamng, and I've just wrecked my my daily car. Let's quickly get into the actual time trial. Unfortunately, I was told about this today, but I also had this issue previously where, unfortunately, the current time trials are not going to let us just load cars in over and over again like I've done in the past. So I'm going to unfortunately have to reload the time trial every single time, which is probably better for stability, but it is a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah, I'm just going to scroll over to our first cars here. You might not be able to see them I'm going to try to get them up on the screen. I've got this like little zone of where you can see cars and where you can't, so it'll be somewhere up there. Can you not hear the engine sounds? You should be able to. Oh my goodness, YouTube is attempting to prompt me to put an ad into the stream. Heck no, boys, we're going with just the basics. But yeah, if the cars are too quiet or something, just let me know. We can adjust volumes and all that. It's something that can be changed, so no need to worry. But yeah, we're gonna run some practice cars first, just to get me warmed up. But the rules are pretty basic. Essentially, I'm gonna do 2 good runs with the cars, and by good runs, I mean runs that are like decent. And if the runs that I do end up sucking, then maybe I'll do another one just to make sure that we can get a decent time for every car. The thing is that there are 77 of them, so it's not like there are a million. I remember some of the showcases of years past, there have been like way too many cars to do, and it's taken 7 hours plus, I believe. One time Overlord and I streamed for like 7 hours to get a showcase finished. It was nuts, but I'm anticipating today is going to be like 2 hours, maybe less, so we'll see. It depends on the stability of the game. Hey, welcome everybody once again. Got a lot of people here. Well, you know, hey Nat64, welcome. We're going to be doing your car soon, by the way. I know that the time is late in Australia, or extremely early in the morning is probably the better way to put it. Hey, good morning from Montreal. Hey, I'm in Ontario here, sort of northern Ontario these days. But we're up with our first contestant. This one is made by BattleFox, and you can see the level of creativity that we're going to be getting into with this stream, because some of the cars are pretty wacky. Some of them are very basic. There were no visual requirements, so you could pretty much do whatever the heck you wanted to do. But in this stream, some of them are just nuts, and this is an example of one that is basically just nuts. My AC just turned on, so I'm going to turn it off really quickly here. I had set it quite high, but oh, come on now. Obviously, it disagrees with me. It's a hot day here in, I guess, lower northern Ontario is probably the best way to describe where I live, without getting into too much detail. But as it gets into September, it'll finally get cold again. That's when things get fun. So let's give this thing a run. I've tried to set up the screen so you can see me, you can see the damage, you can see the spreadsheet, all this stuff, and let's give it a first run of the day. So what I'm going to be doing for most of these cars is jamming it up into the highest rev range that it can get to, and then kind of just going for it. This one I forgot how to shift immediately there. I'm assuming that most of them are going to be dual clutch, but we'll have to see. I basically made a plea for most people to be like, hey, don't make me shift your car. However, 11.956 with my bad clutch timing. I think we can do a little bit better than that. That was a too early a shift there into second. The cars are fairly quiet for me. Some of them, I guess, have actual exhaust, which is surprising. This one clearly wasn't made to go fast. We're trying to take off, quite literally, and I don't think we're going to get much out of that. I'm going to do one more run for this one because it is just a practice car. The reason that this is a practice is because it was submitted late, but it's too good to not include. Like, it's just too cool a car. Gonna rev up a little bit there. I think part of the technique with these is to just hang out with the wheel spin a little bit and wait for it to catch a little bit of grip before you take off, because that was even slower than the previous several times. Well, unfortunate, but yeah, we got a little bit of a practice run in. Let's change the configuration and boot up the second practice car. There we go. It's not particularly kind to me today. This one is called the Blackout, which is this one here. This is another car that was submitted late, but I thought it was cool, so I figured that we would want to run it and just see how it goes. Yeah, I figured that some of the cars are going to be absolutely ridiculously loud, so get ready for that. That one was an example of a car that was quiet. That is going to change. Hey, yeah, thanks for joining us, Nat64. We'll be running your car soon, but I guess yeah, no problem. It's 2 a.m. I don't blame you for going to bed. So this is, remember when I was saying that some of the cars can get a little bit loud? This is an example of one such vehicle. It's a little bit loud. Let's give her a run. Apologies in advance. I just want to see, yeah, it's an auto. Ooh. Hard to keep control of this one in automatic. Turbo's overheating, 6.285. Goodness gracious, we have already claimed my previous record. I'm going to put down a time on this one just for funsies, just to see where it would end up. I forgot what class this is. I think this is all-wheel drive, but yeah, these are just practice runs. So we'll give it a couple goes. Yeah, so one of the things to consider is if your car is not in the low sixes, then you're probably not going to win your class. I can give you an example because that car has officially just done a 6.088, which is ridiculously quick. And as you can see, it's the fastest car I have ever run on the drag strip. I believe that we're going to end up getting cars under 6 seconds from what I've seen. So it's going to be pretty nuts. And I am going to be going by the sheet order. Although if we're in your class and you want to see your car run, just tell me and I'll run it just so everybody can get a chance to see theirs go. This is going to be a VOD, so no need to worry if you are going to miss your car. Ooh, I clicked out of the screen there. Let me try again. Oh, that was a bit of a late start, I think. Too many corrections as well. Yeah, 6.1. This car is wickedly quick, and even though it's only a practice run, it is the fastest run we have done so far. By a significant margin. It's way faster than my attempt at making a drag car. So you can kind of see what we're getting into. So let's scroll on back over to the front wheel drive cars. I don't think I'll be cutting any of them off with this like this, but let me know obviously if I'm cutting off the thing in the spreadsheet. I can't see it the way my screens are all set up. Let's go ahead and run the Nighthawk Vanquisher Dragster. This will be our first runner of the day in the front wheel drive class. It's going to be fun. I see your complaints about the cars being a little quiet. I'm turning them up 3 decibels. I hope that is good. And just to make a test here, I want to make sure that the audio is actually going through for you. The game audio, that is. I can see the mic is working. The way that I have everything set up is very janky. It's very clear that I'm not a streamer. That like I have everything leveled in OBS specifically for videos. Yeah, okay, so you should be able to hear that audio coming through. It might be deafening at this point. I want you to be able to hear me, but I want you to be able to hear the cars as well. So this one, obviously there's not a real run, but we're getting into the front wheel drive stuff. First one being a dual clutch from the looks of things. One of the things I kind of wish that I did was kept some of the specs for these cars so you could see, but obviously we're going to take a little look around and maybe make a few comments on each one of them. Nowhere near deafening, that's a good level to be at, I think. So this one's got white walls, which is very unique and very strange at the same time. Full interior, right-hand drive, and I think it's time that we slapped it down the drag strip to see what she can do. 38 seconds now. We'll just, I'll start the engine up and leave it in idle and let it go down. Okay. So front-wheel drive is a tricky class because you have to be able to put the power onto the ground, and that is probably going to be the trickiest thing. Wheel spin abounds so far, but a little bit of a correction, and we're at 7.6 seconds. We're not going to see too many 6-second times here, 7.642 to be exact. But I don't think that we'll see any cars get underneath 6 seconds in the front-wheel drive class. That being said, I am excited to see some of the absolute rippers we get in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive that'll get to that level. 7.5, that's faster. So that'll be the final time for this car. 7.582 seconds for the Vanquisher. Beautiful. So changing configuration, let's jump into the next one. It's going to be the Rain S Customs. I gotta move my keyboard over a little bit further. Oh man, the jankiness is still not fully out of this setup, is it? There we go. So hold on a minute. Your car, as I read your comments there, your car does like an 8.5. Yikes. That's not going to be competitive for rear-wheel drive, but I mean, hey, I'm still happy that you threw something into the mix. If your car isn't like as quick as some of the ones you're seeing, don't worry about it too much. This is all just for fun. There is no actual prize other than to be able to say, like, I made the fastest car in the 2022 showcase, but that's basically all you get. So this one's got some of my logos on it. It's definitely plastered with some carbon, some interesting design. I like the fact that it's a wagon too, and some big fat front wheels with what looks like a turbo transverse mounted. Interesting setup. And it might not be turbo. I don't see any turbos on there. But let's give it a shot, see how fast this thing is, because race car. Oh my goodness, 11,000 RPM, and she is absolutely screaming. It pulls hard to the right. 9.274. I think I can do that start a bit better, but that is a decent overall time there. Oh, come on now. Retry. Gonna ram it all the way up to 11. Yeah, it definitely bounces the limiter extremely hard when you get off the line, probably because it's wheel spinning like mad. I'm just gonna go straight for it. 9.204, so not too bad actually. Decent time overall. That is currently second place out of 2 cars run. Alright, on to the next one. Let's go for the Athena. This is Nat 64's car. I'm anticipating that this one will be quite fast. I tried not to spoil things too much when I was looking at these on the Discord, because obviously I don't want people to well, I don't want to give away the surprise for me, basically. So okay, if you're wondering what the big red bar is on this, that is the car has been DQ'd. There we go. I'll go up a little bit on that. The car has been DQ'd. So the next one, the Tiny Death Trap, I believe it was not made in the proper version of beaming or automation, because, oh geez, gotta go. I absolutely love the flames coming out of the top of this, and I am gonna check out the overall look of it as well. Goodness gracious, 10 seconds, but what a wild ride this is. Hold on a minute. I don't think I'm going to count that one just because I kind of messed up. Pretty wicked looking car. The exhaust coming out of the hood is a completely unique thing for us here. I haven't seen that yet today, but it definitely looks the part, and I think the entire chassis appears to be very awkwardly textured. I'm not sure what happened in automation to make that happen, but let's give it another go, see how she does, and hopefully going for the best. Ooh, into drive, and oh, it doesn't like to shift, my goodness. It's really hard. 9.556. Decent time, that's third place overall so far. I'm gonna give it one more try. Okay. Yeah, the wheel spin off the line in this car is absolutely mental. I'm guessing that I'm not starting it correctly. It probably needs to be started without the... It's very consistent though. That is 0.001 second off my previous time. But yeah, I'm guessing it would do better started from not 11,000 RPM. But for the sake of the showcase, we have instituted the showcase start. Oh yeah, this next vehicle is unique to say the least. But the showcase start is I start high revving all the way up. I shift it into drive or whatever, first drive, whatever your gear is, and then we go forwards. That's pretty much it. So if you put any sort of, I don't know, traction control, for example, then it's going to just stay on. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's hopefully close to the times that she was getting with it, but I don't know. I'll have to see the fallout on the Discord. What if there was a reverse gear drive? If a car needs to be driven in reverse, I would be shocked. So this car is mildly unique in the sense that it has about 400 wings stacked on top of each other, and the body appears to be made out of Play-Doh. But other than that, it looks kind of interesting. I'm curious to see if those wings actually do anything, because I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, this one is auto as well. It pulls to the left upon starting. It rips hard. Goodness, this might be one of the faster ones. 7.9. That's a current second place without much trying. Let's see what we can do on another run with this one. A lot of very high RPM front-wheel drive cars from what I'm noticing. Oh, that's pretty direct. 7.8, not bad. 7.856. Still not enough to be first place, but that is a strong second place go in front-wheel drive. Next up we have the Lecloud Wagon au Baguette, because French. I actually have in the past made an all reverse car. It's way back there in my back catalog, but it was a pretty decent build from my perspective. It was a fun one. So just taking a look at some of the comments on the oh goodness, not too many comments on the recent video, but I'm hopeful that some of you came from there. 100, okay, sorry, reading the wrong number. 90 people here watching the stream. I appreciate you all. I hope that this showcase is living up to your expectations. We've got a car with a bunch of baguettes in the back. This thing looks pretty mean. I'm excited to give it a run. But the decorations are... wow, okay, we definitely got some meaty exhaust in there. The decorations are interesting to say the least. We definitely have some French themes going on. Let's see what this thing can do on the drag strip. Another 11,000 RPM car. Is this one sharing the same engine with all of them? It seems like every single one of these cars is going up this high. And 7.8, and then the tires immediately deflate as soon as we're finished. that is a pretty scary time for the Baguette Mobile. Retry that, see what we can do. High up in the RPM. I think I shifted a little too early last time. No, it did the same thing this time. Come on, baguette delivery. We need to get those baguettes there fresh. 7.818, and then once again, the rear tires are gone. Very consistent runs and pretty interesting vehicle. So the next one is a car that I have had to modify myself. There it is, the George Orwell vehicle. So you notice in the spreadsheet that the name of it is a URL, and I spent like 2 hours trying to figure out why beamng stopped working when I had all these cars in the in the import folder. It turned out that this car, which is adequately named with a URL to George Orwell's website, I guess for some reason, didn't want to work at all in beamng. There was something wrong with it, and what I had to do was, first of all, I changed the name so it's not a URL anymore, and that still didn't work. It turns out that because it was using the hologram texture, it wouldn't load in beamng. It exported fine, but it wouldn't load it in beamng. So I just colored the entire thing pink because, I don't know, just to get around that holo issue. I'm just trying to keep people's cars alive in this showcase. Obviously some of them I couldn't save. Any one of the ones that has a DQ, which means it's like red, means that it didn't have an engine. So I wasn't just gonna make an engine for everybody. That would be a little bit too much work. That being said, we have something that is deafeningly loud, and it is up. Wow, this thing. Oh no, I shouldn't have saved it. I shouldn't have. There's no way I should have saved this one. I should have let it die. 10.3 seconds, and it's because it spent most of the time attempting to eat the sidewall of the drag strip. I'm saving that time because I'm not super confident that we'll be able to do anything better. Let's go for it. Drive. I'm going to try to hold it together here a little bit more because I wasn't anticipating the... I have to lift. Come on. Keep it straight. 9.6. Okay, that's it for the George Orwell car. 9.6 is all that I'm giving it. That's all you get with this one. Okay, the next car I actually has a bit of a story to it. I, for some reason, was requesting that somebody make a Nissan Versa. Because I just thought it would be really funny to have a Mazda 2 / Nissan Versa showcase, and it turns out that somebody actually just straight up made a Nissan Versa, and I'm not expecting it to do very well in this showcase. I anticipate that it's going to probably get the slowest time in this class. But that being said, it is extremely unique that somebody was just wanting to put in a... Oh, did I miss a vehicle? Hold on a minute. Oh, I'm dumb. 9.669 here. No time here. And then we'll do this one and we'll get into the Nissan Versa. So thank you for pointing that out that I missed a vehicle. But we'll do the Nissan Versa first because, yeah, then we'll get into the other one. Oh, see, that's the kind of thing I'm worried about, that I'm going to end up screwing something up, but thankfully not today. So, yeah, this car is designed to look pretty much like a Nissan. And under the hood, I believe it is just a basic engine with nothing too crazy on it, although it does look like it has a race header, at least in beamng. Let's give it a run and see how it does on the drag strip. Oh, she's aggressive. It's got an automatic, just like a normal auto from the looks of things. I'm guessing this is supposed to ape the CVT that you would get in a normal Versa. 130 kilometers an hour. Come on, 16 seconds. This is going to be probably the slowest car in the entire showcase. However, it'll definitely be the one with the most realism. That's for sure. Going into drive, chirp the tires off the line. Oh my goodness, real life Nissan Versa action here. 100 kilometers an hour. It's speedy, that's for sure. We definitely need to do a Mazda 2 Nissan Versa showcase at some point. I believe that could be a ridiculous amount of fun. But there we go. That's going to be its final time. 16.336 is the fastest that this thing was able to go. Yeah. All right, let's do the peak performance. This is a cool car, so I'm glad that you guys pointed out that I would have missed it. Interesting name, Jared. I think I remember exporting that one and also typing it in. So something that this one does that's really cool is what we're gonna see, messing with the advanced settings to make a car that is just very, very unique. And I think some of the stuff that we've been that we'll get into with the beamng, come back to me. Okay, we're good. But some of the cars we're gonna see coming up are unique like this, where they have a little bit of messing around going on to make them weirder than ever, but also hopefully faster. So this car has small back wheels, big front wheels, and its wheels are significantly offset from the place that they would have been if it was a normal version of this body. You can see where where the wheel wells have been covered up. But yeah, this is what peak performance looks like, so let's give it a run and see how it does. One of the things I've been thinking of for a showcase is over rev risk. Oh my goodness. This might be the fastest front wheel drive car. 6.3 seconds. Oh my goodness. 6.3. That is fast for the other classes. Wait a minute. 6.352. Let me type it in correctly. Absolutely ridiculously quick. I guess that's what it takes to make it as crazy as this. You need to mess with the wheels. But as you can see, there's no back diff. Like, this thing is only front wheel drive. I'm trying to get a look at the engine. It looks like it's a V8 turbo. Yeah, V8, V10 turbo, something like that. It's a big V engine in the front. Absolutely ridiculous, and definitely the fastest front-wheel drive car we've seen so far. I want to see if I can do better than that 6.3. 6.4. Oh, every single time it crosses the line, the wheels just fly off into oblivion, but that is going to be its fastest time previously there. A 6.352. Nuts. I like what I see, and that is clearly number one so far. Let's get into this one here. Drag. Okay, a lot of things are called drag. This is a drag race. This one is the Drag 3.0. I believe this is the correct car. I think, like, one of the things with this showcase is that your car never has to stop. Like, as long as you have the ability to cross the line at an accelerated pace, then you're good pretty much. So if your car explodes as soon as it hits the end, then you're just becoming like a top fuel dragster or something. It's very similar to how these cars actually are. Okay, so this one, once it loads in, it's not liking it. Oh, there we go. Too quick, buddy. A bit of a ridiculous hatchback, absolutely race prepped, with tiny, tiny wheels on the back, likely to reduce friction and also weight. But yeah, I really do admire some of the creativity with these ridiculous front wheel drive cars. Love the roll cage in the back of this one. Tons of design stuff on it. It's just really cool. Let's see if we can do something with it on the strip. And it's a dual clutch or an auto manual, one of the two. Absolutely ripping and tearing, 7.6 seconds, and the front wheels are significantly warped if you see that. Man, oh man. 7.699. Not bad. Let's see if we can do better on a second run. A little bit of an early start, but not too bad. Oh, I had to steer it there. That was not a good... Sorry. That was not good at all. But that is mildly faster, 7.688. Pretty decent car, pretty fun, and that's going to be a decent position here too. So one of the things that we got to do, we're running into the last two vehicles. I need to organize the spreadsheet so we can have the front ones up top. 7S, the very basic looking car. Let's see how she does. Redone Meltdown? Oh, the body got removed. Ouch. Yeah, you'd have to make some kind of new Meltdown, I guess. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the absolute destruction of the drag strip via front-wheel drive ridiculous vehicles. So... there is a bit of an argument to be made for cars having no fixtures because, correct me if I'm wrong, experts on this on this game, but I believe that they do add weight in beamng. At least some of them do. I'm not sure if every fixture has that property or not, but there isn't anything to talk about the design here. This thing is literally just carbon fiber and an engine sticking out of the hood. The basic stuff to get it through, and that's all we really need. And it's a manual. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, this is the first big issue that we've had so far with the wheels popping off when it goes for its run. I'm not going to be able to start it in my normal way because that happens literally immediately. Okay, we'll give it a different start. I'm just gonna drive. Oh, the wheels do not like to be where they are. It is fast, though. It is not slow. 7.735. Okay, at least we got a time down. 7.735. Okay, I'm going to try that again. We're going to do a soft start because of the wheels popping off. I'm just going to start it in drive and just let it go. Because it apparently the wheels just can't take that torque. 7.424, so that is definitely a better way to start this vehicle, and that is an excellent time as well. 7.424, I believe that puts it into second place. Yikes. Pretty ridiculous car. And the last one in the front-wheel drive class is Boo Eve Special Final. Interesting name. Basically, this is my favorite car in the entire showcase. I think the creator is here in the chat. Goofy, welcome to your run. And honestly, the most unique car in the entire showcase, because it isn't even a car. It's a land speeder from Star Wars, I believe. I'm not 100% sure where this is inspired from. But I believe it's from pod racing from Star Wars Episode 1, I guess it would be. You gotta wait for this boy to load in. Hey, thank you for the donation, and also, yeah, it's time for some pod racing. Now, we're gonna spend a little bit more time than we have been looking at this, although I don't think it exported quite right. It looks better in automation than it does in Beam. However, the use of invisible textures has created a very unique, and I'm guessing entirely custom, land speeder, which is apparently a front-wheel drive car. I guess that makes sense because the engines are at the front. Too bad we couldn't have any flames sticking out there. Although I think it would be very funny to like route the exhaust so that the exhaust shoots flames out of the like jets from the back of the engines. That being said, probably the coolest car in the entire showcase, and then second best is the one that's used in the thumbnail, if you remember that one by Rare Grills. We're going to be seeing that one in the all-wheel drive class, I believe. But yeah, let's give this thing a run. I don't think it's super fast, but it definitely is the coolest car in the showcase, and it's not even a car. Let's give it a rip. Oh, wheel spin and flames. It doesn't like to stay straight, but I guess that's what you get when you're flying through the air. 8.6 seconds on the first run. Not fast, definitely cool. 8.631. Let's give it another go. And oh, off the line, it really gets unsettled. I like what I see though, it wiggles around like mad. It's hard to know what's going on with this because well, you can't see the wheels. However, that is just a little bit faster than its previous run, 8.629, and that is the last thing in the showcase here, or the last thing in the front wheel drive portion of the showcase. Wow, we're dealing with some interesting vehicles in this, and yeah. I think the coolest part is if you want to download this car, it is actually in the the Discord. Something I just noticed is that it seems like the brake lights are actually in the they're in the jets at the front, which is really fun. But yeah, let's tally the stuff up for this. Oh geez, let's tally the stuff up for this showcase section so far. Clear first place is going to Cyrene. Mispronunciation all over the place, but this car here is very clearly first place overall in the front wheel drive with 6.352. Absolutely ridiculous peak performance by some significant margin. That is the fastest car. And I think second place, so we have a 7.5 and then a 7.6. So second place here is actually going to the 7S carbon fiber front wheel drive car. That is the one without any fixtures on it. Definitely trying very hard to just focus on speed for that car, so pretty darn cool. And I think the next place would be 7.5, the first car that we ran, which will get a bronze position there. So those are your winners, folks. Thank you for watching this portion of the showcase. We're going to get into rear wheel drive next, immediately afterwards, because the next several classes are a little bit longer than what we've just gone through. There are quite a few more cars. But yeah, just to give you an example, there are 11 cars running in that one, and there are 31 running in the next one. So what I said before about this being a short showcase, apparently I lied, because we have a lot of cars left. The loading takes longer than it seems. Okay, let's just double check that. 7.5, 7.4, and then 6.3. Those are our fastest cars. Let's jump into the rear wheel drive stuff. Because I want to end on all-wheel drive, I'm hoping that that those cars will be reasonably drivable. We shall see. But yeah, back into the time trial. And our next car, starting off the rear-wheel drive class from the almighty Twingo, is a Renault. For some reason, there are a bunch of Renaults in this, including a Juke that somebody made. No clue why they decided to do that, but yeah, it's been an interesting time. Hey, thank you for watching, Goofy. Thank you for making a very unique car for the showcase. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, so rear-wheel drive. I'm a little scared of rear-wheel drive, but I believe, if I remember correctly, we should see the fastest cars in this section. Some stuff that is going to get under or not under 5 seconds, under 6 seconds. So it's gonna be good. I do live in a half French country. Oh my goodness, this is extremely loud. Very, very angry. Let's see what the Twingo can do. Big power, big speed. We're not limited by traction as much as we are with the front-wheel drive cars. Already doing 200 something kilometers an hour. This thing is shifty. 7.8 seconds and the tires both deflated. Well, that's an interesting start to the rear-wheel drive class. Let's give that one another run and see how she does. I started a little bit early, but I think that's actually a benefit to this car. Starting off the line as hard as possible seems to upset it even further. 7.860. Not bad, but definitely gonna see some faster cars in this run. The yellow Renault, I guess you would call it, is not as crazy as it looks. Or sounds. This one, XLR8, is our next runner. See if we can get some fast times. Double that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to double 5 seconds, you can definitely do that. I think, I mean, I see some fast names in here. Cars that in the past have been absolutely ridiculous in some of these showcases, or creators who have created some cars that are absolutely nuts. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hey, thanks for putting in a car, Twingo. I appreciate it. Not the fastest, but definitely cool. Yeah, so I have a huge glass of water here, and also I have iced tea to keep me awake throughout the remainder of this stream. So this one is the XLR8. Interesting car. It looks like it's rear engine or mid-engine. Yeah, that would be mid-engine because it's in front of the rear axle. Very cool looking car. Let's see how fast it is on our strip. 11,000, actually 12,000 RPM, and immediately we have a wheelie. Let's keep it together, boys. Come on now. Rear wheel drive wheelies are where it's at. 8.198. Yikes, that was fast. Not really. It seemed fast though when I took off, aiming for the stratosphere. Let's go for another run. Oh my goodness, it does not like to do those starts. It just goes straight up in the air. The RPM limit on this thing is absolutely bananas, but it is a ridiculously fast car. I think if you can handle the wheelies, then you can do a lot with it. 8.155. Oh, pretty ridiculous. And I accidentally restarted. Whoops. No problem though. Next one up is the Krakatoa V12 Dragster. Yeah, that car most of all needs a wheelie bar, and it probably needs needs some help with the grip on the back. It's almost got too much grip. So Busy, your car is actually in this one, in this lineup. We're going to be getting into yours. A bit further down though, we definitely have some cars to get through before we get to that. Yeah, oh my goodness, my ears. Holy Lord. Hopefully you're not entirely deafened by the sounds that this thing makes, because it's deafening me. It looks great, but it is absolutely awful sounding. That is horrible. Oh my goodness, this thing is a rocket ship. It sounds like the Saturn V is going off. 6.1. Oh my goodness. Ouch, man, that was loud. 6.1 seconds. That's the fastest car so far in the rear-wheel drive class. Absolutely bananas sounding and ridiculously driving too. It drives pretty straight once it gets off that initial wheelie. 6.17. Ooh, that is a fast car. Definitely one of the fastest ones that we've run. And 170. Okay, it does not like the O. There we go. That was nuts. That was ridiculously loud. Next one is the bodiless vehicle for some reason. I don't know how, like, if this is actually what this is supposed to look like. I probably should have checked, but yikes. Oh, I know that the V in Saturn V means 5, but I just always associate it as the Saturn V rocket. It's just how it is in my head at this point. So we're actually making a little bit better time with these rear-wheel drive cars. It looks proper. Thank you for checking. Because it's an all-carbon fiber tub with an engine, and there isn't much else except for 2 big old wings. Let's see how she does in the run here. Oh my goodness, it's interesting. We lost a wing. 6.271. That was a little bit of a sloppy run, but it actually runs really smooth. Surprisingly not too bad. Another one of these 12,000 RPM cars. Let's keep her straight this time and see if I can't keep out of the wall. 6.252. So that's going to be the fastest time for the bodiless carbon fiber machine. 252. There we go. If we didn't have to reload the game every single time, this would be going a lot faster. Unfortunately, we do. Okay, the next one is the Methivan Top Fuel. Let's see how she runs. You don't see your car? Did I not get it in? If I missed it, we can add it in at the end. It's just gonna have to be a quick export, but I can do that. There were a few cars that are sent late, so I apologize if I missed some people's. Hold on a minute. Remember when I said that I turned off my AC? I'm turning it back on. It is bloody hot in here. Stop that, stop that. Cool. There we go. Okay, so we have a van. This one, it kind of looks like... I don't know what it looks like. It's basically... it looks Japanese. It's got a full interior, full-on... back thing. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be there, if that's part of the chassis that's sticking out and breaking it. Sometimes cars don't always export exactly right, but yeah, let's see what it can do. I kind of expected this one to be front-wheel drive, and it is absolutely not. Oh, it's stable. It's very stable. This thing is wickedly fast for a van. 6.701. Piston rings are damaged, and it was overheating by the time we got to the end. Yikes. Okay, let's give that one another try. This is with... okay, it says it has an ESC, but I don't think it actually does. 6.702. Very, very consistent runs from that van, and surprisingly not bad. Up next is the Black Wasp. And I can't spell. Or type at all. Black Wasp 3.0. Yeah, sorry, Jared. I guess I missed it. I yeah, losing track of things. I apologize. I do make mistakes, just sometimes. No, I make mistakes all the time. As weird as it seems, I kind of almost consider my channel to be like specifically mistake making. Okay, there comes on the AC. I will actually have cold air now and not be sweating like mad in here. I was gonna wear a hat, which was a terrible idea. So this car is just straight carbon fiber, nothing else. Let's see if it's got straight speed as well. Do you see what I did there? It's actually quick. Oh, it runs pretty hard here. 7.5, and then the rear tires disintegrate. Not the fastest, but pretty good for what it is. Let's give it another run. And try to stay in our lane this time. 7.532. Very, very consistent timing. Good car overall. I swear we're spending more time on the loading screens than we are in the actual game. Street Freak Turbo time, boys. This is a big boy, and she's got some lift as well. I think some of the strengths of these showcases come from the variety of cars that we get. I really like that people kind of just make whatever random stuff comes to their head. And so sometimes when we do these and the showcase is like extremely limited, it's cool to see people's ideas within limits, because then you don't get too many cars that are like out completely to lunch. Like that pink car, for example, that we ran in the front wheel drive class. Oh, too quick on the draw there. But I like that we can just have some random stuff sometimes, and that things don't always have to be very specific visually. This thing is nuts. It is definitely looking like a gasser, as your comment says, Alex. That is exactly what this is. It's tall. It is very tall. Oh, she lifts off the ground too. Very soft rear suspension. Yikes. Okay, so it doesn't like to shift. 7.443 in the quarter mile time. Let's give it another run. Oh, it's so soft. It does mini wheelies all the way down the course. 7.415. Decent runs from this thing. Decent runs. Alright, changing configuration to the VC Laboratories car. This one has basically nothing going for it visually, but hopefully it's ridiculously quick. I think some people... So these charts are actually in the order of submission, so some of the cars towards the end should be pretty ridiculous, I think, depending on how the time went on with sort of the development of how fast we could go. Like, in the Discord as the showcase was going on, cars were just getting faster and faster every day I was checking. It was getting ridiculous. But I'm liking what I see. Ooh, that big back window is cool. This is the tiniest car we are probably going to run in the showcase, and weirdly rear wheel drive, despite being something that would very clearly be a front wheel drive car in real life. Let's see what it can do. Bit of a late start. Whoa, it rips hard. Very, very small, very, very light, 7.8 seconds. Let me know if that's sort of close to what you're getting as well. 7.826. Let's see if I can do it with a better start. I don't think that start was quite right for this thing. Just like that, that's a good start. Oh, it wobbles around so much. I think the suspension is really soft. 7.8 1.85, so a little bit slower on that second run, but a decent car overall. Thank you for your submission, Acid Frog. Yeah, I hope, ultimately, I hope that I just get relatively close to whatever you were able to do with it. Let's do the Desert Rambler, 1/4 mile at a time, boys. Oh, can you hear that AC noise, by the way? Because if you can, then I apologize. If you can't, thank goodness. I don't have a noise-canceling mic. So this car is made by Leo. Leo is on the Discord constantly. Yes, no AC noise. I guess it depends on what kind of headphones you have. But yeah, that's good, because it's hot here. It's been like, I don't know what's going on. It's freezing at night, like 10 degrees C at night, and then 30 during the day. It's just nuts. Okay, so this one is 1/4 mile at a time. Let's see what it does on the 1/4 mile. I love the classic style. It's got some good wheelie bars that are hopefully actually functional, and we'll see what this big boy can do. Nice shade of pink as well. Let's go for it. Oh, it's manual. That means the runs are going to be a little bit less consistent because it's me on the gears. Oh no. 6 gears and everything is braking. 9.4 seconds. Okay, that is maybe not quite the best time possible for that car. I'm going to go for another run. I might do another one just because it takes a bit to get used to the gearing. Okay, I'm hanging on first too long. Oh man, I think top torque is like 7,000 RPM, but it just absolutely destroys itself all the way down the track. I like it though. I like that kind of destruction. I'm gonna run it one more time. I like your idea of starting in second. Never mind. Okay, that was it. Oh my goodness, that pop off the line. Well, that was the best time we're gonna get all day. Thank you, Leo, for that one. That was that was a lot of fun. Okay, heavy trucking coming up next. Let's hope we don't have too many more catastrophic failures, or maybe we can hope that we do. That was an excellent start, by the way. That was beautiful. I don't think we're gonna be able to replicate that if we if we try. Man, that was beautiful. Okay, heavy trucking is another one of those big boys, and I'm hopeful that the weight of it doesn't crash us too hard once again. I'm actually crying a little bit. No, my eyes are just watering. I swear, guys, my eyes are just watering. So this one is heavy trucking, another old classic style dragster, and something that's got a lot of style to it. I love the two-tone. Let's get into the actual run. Oh, it does wheelies. Very soft front suspension, 7.1. Actually, that is a lot faster than I thought it would be. Great time for something that is probably quite heavy. Some of this purpose-built, stripped-out stuff that we're seeing is gonna do better than this, but for a classic body, this is not bad. Oh, it bounces so hard. She wallows on the drag strip. 7.2. Not quite as fast as that first run, but still cool to see. Alright, up next is going to be the Grotto Arson. Well, I guess we can commit some arson on the drag strip. Ooh, I forgot the R. G-R-O. There we go. This one appears to be a Porsche lookalike, so should be quick. Yeah, AC is off now if you want a comparison, but it'll obviously come back on when it needs to. So, yeah, how you guys been doing? 100 people here. I'm trying not to look at the count too much, but 100 people watching the stream. Thanks for being here. After you're done watching this, if you're gonna peace out, you should totally check out the newest video. I'm just checking it right now to see how it's going. Wrong app. Not bad at all. All right, we got a very fancy green, sort of Porsche-esque vehicle with a Boxer in the rear from the looks of things. No interior, doesn't need it. Let's see how fast this thing can go. Made by Strat. And it does wheelies off the line. Oh, it doesn't want to stay planted at all. This thing is another one of those loud boys, but we haven't seen too many Boxers so far in this showcase. 8.5. 8.538. Not bad at all. Let's give it another go. Come on. Come on. 8.4. That's definitely better. And a much more controlled start as well. We're definitely not going to see a 7 out of this, but it's still a decently fast Porsche. Up next is the BT Customs. BT to me is just like, bring a trailer. Oh goodness. YouTube is prompting me. Trying to get me to do some weird stuff in chat. I guess... There, live chat. British Telecom. I guess, I don't know, I'm thinking BP now with that. So, oh, Biotech, you're in the stream. Welcome to the stream. I hope that your car does well too. I'm rooting for you. Alrighty, let's see how she does. McLaren-esque body, definitely a cool looking vehicle overall. I like the bluish purple choice as well. High revving, weird engine sound, and oh, it likes to hop a little bit on the strip. 7? Ooh, wow, 7.0, not bad at all. 7.065. Alright. Let's give it another go, see if we can get under 6, or under 7. Into the 6s is what I mean. It definitely doesn't quite have traction off the start. Oh man, so close. 7.06. 7.060. Pretty decent runner there. What were you able to do with it in your own testing? Were you able to get into the 6s? Evora. There we go. Okay, yeah. we will be running Busy's car soon, or Buzzy. Buzzy? It could be both. You could not get a sub. Okay, so we're fairly close then, that's good. But the 6, or yeah, it's the 7.060 is very, very close to your time. I'm just looking at the scoreboard so far. The fastest run we've had, nothing has broken into the 5s yet, but the fastest run that we've had in rear-wheel drive so far is 6.170, which is pretty darn ridiculous. This one is made by Quebec Evora Liquid, another big bruiser of old, with what looks like twin or possibly quad. Yeah, it's quad turbos and rear-wheel drive. The engine sound is nuts. Let's give it a go. Oh, it starts hard. It makes some very funky noises, but once it gets going, it tracks really straight. 7.524. Pretty good launch, and a pretty good run as well. Let's give that one another try. I'm starting in drive a little late. I think it could be a touch better, but it wouldn't make much of a difference. 7.5 even. Good time. Okay. Toy Demon is up next. I'm gonna get this one loading up while I while I do the timing of the last one. Just because I know the zeros are gonna cause rounding errors. There we go. Alright, Toy Demon 2.0, I believe is what this one's called. You got an 8.2. Okay, let me see if I can do better than that. I will, oh yeah, Lennox, yours is coming up next as well. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt to do better than this 8.2 with the Toy Demon. See if we can't just crack into the 7s maybe, or even an 8.1. That would be cool to see. Same body as what we've seen before. Not sure why this particular body has been chosen a few times, but it is a very, very small car with what looks like a rear engine and boxer at that, interestingly. Let's give it a run. Almost 12,000 RPM. Oh, yeah. How did you get an 8.2? It tries to go to space. Okay, I'm gonna have to start this a little bit lower. Oh. Oh. Okay, no, this start ain't gonna work that way. We're gonna have to just do this. No! Stay on the track, please. It definitely has some issues with the rear and like weight distribution, maybe. It's very, very rear heavy, I'm guessing. Let's do 10.230 just to have a time on the board, and then I will go again to see if we can do better than that. I'm gonna ease into it. That's better, that's a lot better. That is probably gonna be a better time just by easing. Yeah, it was. Man, oh man. Is that how it operated for you as well? Because this thing is absolutely nuts off the line. 10.150, and it's up next with the FRA Freelames? Another classic gasser, I guess you would call this, although not quite that vintage. Try idle rev at launch. Well, I can give it a try, I guess. So the Toy Demon that we just ran, 10 point something seconds, slowest in rear wheel drive so far, but that is partially my fault for not being able to start it very well. It's kind of off and on, that one. It's difficult to say the least to get it going properly. So your name is V10. Does this one live up to that name? Okay, let's see what we got. Tiny, tiny front wheels, massive rear ones, and no interior. It's all lightweight, boys. Oh yeah, it slips off the line real bad. 5.961. This is the first car to hit into the fives and the fastest car so far. What on this earth? I was not expecting that. 5.961. Absolutely ridiculous. Is this similar to what you were getting with it in your runs? Okay, let's give it another try. I might be able to do better now that I'm actually expecting it to rip that hard. Once it gets going, it really gets going. It's just 5.699. Holy crap. I absolutely shattered the time. How the heck? Yeah, no, it's I think you're right, Supernova. This is out of gasser territory. This thing is basically a rocket ship. That is clearly the fastest time so far, the fastest time ever, in fact. So I want to see... I'm curious. I'm going to run this one more time because they said that idle rev at launch makes it go even faster, and yeah, it does. 7.567. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. That is insanely fast. I remember in the last drag race showcase, I'll add that time to the board there as well. 5.567. Goodness. That is insanely quick. Let me load up the next car while I tell you about the last showcase that we did with this. QTV 12 drag truck. Let's see if we can get something that'll challenge the the last one that we're doing. What's this I show speed raid thing going on in the chat? What is even happening at the moment? You know, we have some pretty ridiculously fast cars here. We're definitely showing some speed of our own is what I'm trying to say. So, 5.3. Yikes. Yeah, I see. You know, this isn't Twitch, right? It's YouTube streaming, but I guess you can't actually raid in real life. not like Twitch. But yeah, I appreciate somebody calling me out. It's the exact opposite. Letting people know that we're streaming right now. But yeah, no, I appreciate it if somebody's acknowledged me. In the last drag race showcase, 6.499 or something, 6.5 basically, was the fastest time that we could do, and that was before the current engine models where we can do quad turbos and stuff. So that was ridiculous. I thought it was like the fastest car I had ever seen, and it was the fastest one in the showcase by a long shot. This time we're getting cars that can possibly go 5.3 in the right hands, and that's just mental. The new engine stuff is just absolutely crazy, and it's cool to see quad turbos doing their work. But drag truck, big frame, there are a couple of these in the showcase, but this is the first one. Tiny tires up front. Let's see if we can't just get it going for a big old rip here. Oh, it starts pretty strong. And it's not 6.4. It's not slow at all. That is a big vehicle to do a 6.5 basically there. But underneath that, 6.496. Decent time. Let's go for a second run. So when it comes to any car that's going to possibly take first place, I think I'll do 3 runs just to be fair. Oh wow, a little bit slower on that one. This one is not one of those cars that's going to take first, but that is still a ridiculously fast vehicle. I'm nervous for the next car, by the way. That's not the B key. This is Does It Come in Black is up next. This one by Buzzy. Theoretically going to be the fastest car in the showcase if Buzzy's track record is to be shown. Put it in drive during the countdown and keep it full throttle. That I can do because I believe that is the showcase start. I have been trying to hit drive as soon as we get into that timer. Like as soon as the timer starts, I hit drive, but sometimes I do it a little bit before. Have you ever done a drag race like in real life? No, I've never done any kind of racing in real life except for like I actually did boat racing at one point, but it was very casual. I don't really talk about this too much, but I used to be very into boats and I used to have a boat. It was not a particularly quick one. Oh, it does go left and right and up as well. 5.539. Oh, that's darn close. That was the first run, and that is also the fastest run of the showcase so far. 5.539. Let me see if I can't do that a little bit better. Oh yeah, it veers. Okay, that was a crappy run. Keep it in line, keep it in line. Oh, we're on the wall. 5.567. Absolutely mental. I'm impressed that it managed to do the 5.53. The first run as well, I managed to get that. Oh, off the line, it really doesn't like to do anything other than spin to the left. 5.591. So our first run is the fastest time in the showcase so far. 5.539. Insane, just slightly better than the other fastest car there, which is the 5.567 by Lennox V10. Crazy stuff we're seeing here today, people. This is some insanely fast vehicular drag racing. We can't say manslaughter because nobody's dying yet. That is ridiculously quick. Those cars are very evenly matched, and I think it would be cool to see like the actual drivers go up against each other and fight it out when in the optimal conditions. Like, I'm sure sport mode might be able to get you a little fraction of a second or something, but yeah, excellent car, Buzzy. Appreciate you submitting some fast, really like well worked in vehicles like you always do. It's fun to run your cars. And also nerve-wracking. Okay, we've got another one of these vehicles that has exhaust that is making me deaf. The engine is transverse in the rear, which is funky. Let's see what we can do. Immediate liftoff. Immediately, we're gonna scrape the ground the whole way. Oh my goodness, it's a wheelie the whole way over. 7.3, and we didn't have the front wheels touch the ground for the entire run. Okay, let's do that again. Let's see if that's recreatable. Oh no, please. Off the wall. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. I'm gonna run it one more time. Wheelie up, and then I'm gonna try to drop it. Oh man, that was a very unique run then at the beginning. That was crazy. 7.3 seconds with the front wheels just like boom the whole time. Scraping on the back, we managed to get lucky and avoid the walls. That is probably the best time we're gonna see for that one with the very first run there. So up next we have the Realta Drag Beater. Gonna be an interesting run here. I'm just gonna move the thing up a little bit. There, so you can see the rest of the runs. We got 31 cars in this class, by the way, and yeah. So, well, our fastest time so far being as low as it is means that there is a significant barrier if you want to get first place. I'm not sure if anything else we have here is even lined up to be able to take that crown. But we have a very sure first and second at the very least. And then I'm not so sure about third. Maybe that one's up for grabs. So another sort of McLaren-bodied, big boy-wheeled rear, or maybe mid-engine. I guess that'd be mid. Because, yeah, that's definitely mid. Let's see how fast this thing is. Some of these cars have shocked me in the past. I'm very curious to see if we can't just get something faster than 5.5. Up in the wheels again, and we've lost the front splitter. Just a very, very mild correction. 7.610. Seems to be a good, like, median time of what we've been working with so far. 7.610. And Let's give it another run. Pretty good, pretty good. Bumping that thing right off the back once again. 7.597. Very, very consistent times from that car. Just like that. Up next, we have The. That's literally what the car is called. By Agent Y, The. Oh boy. Oh. Could hear all my bones cracking when I do that. The. So, we're about an hour and a half, just short of an hour and a half into this stream. I'm betting we got at least another hour of cars left, but I think that that's a pretty decent time for this. It's been a good stream so far. I think the success that we've had is is definitely because of some of the cars that have just been crazy. It's fun when we get some very unique stuff, and then it's easy to talk about it. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm here. Obviously, oh my goodness, welcome to the land of the living. That is a lot of engine. What are we looking at here? Massive wing, ridiculously interesting top. What would you call that? It's not a splitter. Diffuser of some kind. It's trying to diffuse air. It basically looks like the car has a weird haircut and what looks to be a massive V16 under the hood. The is ready for takeoff, quite literally. It wiggles like mad. Is that the wing is gone? 6.405. Quick time, like surprising for something with that much downforce. The wing just lifted off at some point during the run. Okay, come on, keep it together. All the wheels are flat. And 6.3, that is fast. It is not slow. 6.374. You know, the thing with that car is it looks dumb, but it is actually quite quick. It is not slow at all. Let's give this one a run. It's weird how that works out. I wonder if super-sized vortex generators, you know, that's a much more technical and interesting term for it than what I gave it. Considering it basically looks like it just has a weird haircut. But that car was actually functional, despite being horrifically ugly. 6.3 seconds, or 6.374 is what it ended up at, is actually quick. Like, that's not slow. So, surprising to say the least. Alrighty, up next is the DT Light Thunder. I think this is going to be an interesting car. Another one of these small boys, which in this case apparently is a 2.3 liter. 650, or maybe I'm not reading that right. It's definitely not coming quite as cleanly as I'm assuming it would look in automation. Great roll cage though. Let's see if we can't just smash out some speed with this thing in a tiny engine. Oh, it's a lot more reasonable than some of the cars we've been racing. It's actually not slow. 7.756. It feels fast. I will give it that. Oh, okay, not 0. 7.756. There we go. Try again. Ooh, a little bit of a bad start on my part, but it bogged down. This thing has more grip than it needs, I think. 8.4, much worse run on my part there. Cool car though. I think it needs more power. A lot more power. ME, the Menace. Menace to Society. This one is called the Menace Motors, the Menace. Oh, it's saying kilowatts. Okay, this one, yeah, maybe we can qualify this one as a gasser, but it's gonna, I don't know. I think this is gonna rip pretty hard. This one. I'm interested to see what Metallic Flame 87 has in store for us with the double menace. Like when I was reading that, I see you guys are talking about the yellow car still. 650 to me looked like the kilometers an hour, but then it's like, does that make sense? The engine was burning up when I was running it at the end of the strip there. Okay, this is another wide boy with some big wheels, and it's definitely all black turbo. Oh yeah, big turbos. Let's see what we can do with it. Up into drive, and she takes off. Apparently it's got EFI, rear wheel drive turbo. Oh, 7.7, not bad. Maybe a little bit over average. I think something we could do, depending on time, is calculate an average for each. Yeah, not bad. Let's see what we can do on a second run. Pretty hard starter. I see the flames coming out the exhaust there, and I like what I see. The menace is about as loud as you would expect a menace to be. 7.7. And that will be its fastest time, the first run of its day. Let's see what we got here. King Motor Lazy Boy. Let's see what we got. Whoa, goodness. King Motor Lazy Boy, made by King. The king of what, I wonder? Maybe the king of automation, we'll find out. Or the king of the drag strip, I guess, could be. But yeah, so far, I don't know if any all-wheel drive cars are going to crack 5.5. I'm very curious to see if we can do that. You didn't vote for him. What do you mean? This is a dictatorship here. Some kind of weird cross between a dictatorship and a monarchy. Okay. This thing is extremely loud. Range Rover with some fat wheels in purple. It looks like it belongs in Saints Row. I just noticed something. Where the heck did all the graphics go for the road? Something happening. Big start, and oh, it wheelies hard. You can see I'm trying to turn out of it. Oh my goodness, and across the line at 8.148 in the clumsiest run I have ever done in my life. 8.148 is the time I'm gonna keep just in case I can't get it down the line. Okay, we're gonna start, but it seems to have some absolutely wicked turbo lag. But now that it's pointed straight, 8.291. That is actually slower. I'm going to do it one more time because the first run was very scruffy. But I'm going to start here. Build up that power. Oh no, it bounces so hard. 8.5. Hard to believe that that first run was actually the fastest. Alright, next car we got is the Missile. Let's hope it lives up to that name. So, as we've discovered from the King, they're the king of crossing the finish line in the most awkward way possible and still getting not a bad time. That's what I would categorize that as. Yeah, I feel like that one, it might have too big a rear wheel maybe. It's so high off the ground that the gearing is just getting absolutely destroyed by having massive rears. I don't know though. Oh, let's see what we can do with the, oh no, Grande Missile. I'm skipping that first word. Considering how badly I've been butchering stuff today, we're gonna skip the words I don't know. Alrighty, pink and angry looking. Let's see if we can't just get this rear-wheel drive little sedan off the line with a bit of prowess. I like the very Spartan interior and the fact that the exhaust runs right next to the driver. Safety is #1 priority here, as you can tell. Oh my goodness. It doesn't want to shift. 8.3, and it hangs on the gears really, really hard. I think that might be down to wheel spin. 8.348. See what we can do with this again. Come on. Yeah, you can see the wheels are spinning, and I think it's just spinning through every single gear. 8.337, which is a little bit better than what it did before. Alright, not bad. Pink Dodge Neon, as you guys are putting it. I think it's supposed to be a Japanese car, but it definitely works as a neon. Up next, we have a totally not a Nova. Guys, I'm wondering if this car may or may not be modeled after a Chevy Nova, just an idea that I had, you know. The name of the creator of this one is in Japanese. I cannot even begin to attempt to pronounce that. Did you guys know that I've actually been to Japan? But, I mean, I learned some stuff to go there. Obviously, it's a significant culture difference from Canada here. But languages have never been my thing, and I was not able to pick up much. Especially not, like, traditional script, my goodness. Okay, let's see what we can do with this one. You know, maybe I like to talk about going to Japan a little bit too much, but it was such a, like, significant thing in my life that I really do like to talk about it. Big boy Nova coming through, all black and matte. Texas license plate, I think you can tell where this is inspired by. And the radiator appears to be, or that might be an intercooler, is right at the feet of the driver, which is hilarious. Let's run it through and see how well it does. It's got a massive wheelie bar. I wonder if it's actually functional. Oh, it's... the piston rings are gone. 8.2. This is one of those drag cars where you run it through the strip and then you have to rebuild the engine immediately after. Yeah, I don't know what it is with this one. I think it just needs like 2,000 more horsepower. It definitely has the looks, but it definitely doesn't have the go to get into those sevens. 8.185. Pretty good run. So, okay, this is another one of those trucks, this one with a V16. Yeah, that Nova, unfortunately, was getting a little bit too hot by the time it got to the end of the strip. But, I mean, that's the thing, like, I'm resetting it every time, so it's basically like a full rebuild every single time we do a strip, right? Talking about Japan, I went there in 2012, so it's been 10 years since I went to Japan. I was 16, so fairly young. And I went with a group of other, like, people my age and a couple of adults as well. Obviously, can't just go there alone at a young age. That wouldn't have been good. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. And what is going on? So the wheels on this are really far back. It's purple. We've seen a few small purple theme going on today, but we've got a quad turbo V16, and the wheels are a little bit further back than they're meant to be. You can see by those arches there where they should be, I'm assuming. Let's see what this thing does with its massively pushed back length. Something is broken. It jiggles so much. It absolutely disintegrates at the end of the track. 7.3. Interesting. Let's try that again. Oh, it hops off the line. I like that. The engine being right behind the cab, you know, is 7.3 again. A little bit faster, but a lot straighter that time. This thing is interesting, to say the least. I like these big trucks. They're fun. Hot Rod, I believe this is called. Oh, very unique vehicle. This is going to be a fun one to run. Oh, man. Are you ready to go slow? Is this going to be a very slow vehicle? Is that a spoiler? Are you spoiling this car for me, guys? No worries, though. I'm hoping that this thing just absolutely shocks us. And it turns out that the cross-ply tires on there are just the grippiest things in the entire game or something. Oh, for yours, I see. Yeah, I didn't notice that your name was coming up, Stereotypo, I'm sorry. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the pain of the drag race as we get down to the final few in this challenge. We do have another one that I think is going to be pretty ridiculous coming up, made by Distrika. I never pronounce his screen name right. I don't know. Okay, let's take a little bit more of a look on this one because it's very unique. We've got an old timer model something A. I don't know too much about this sort of era of cars, to be honest with you, but it is really, really authentic looking, and I do appreciate that, although it does appear to have two turbos sticking out of the sides and a big intercooler out the front. It's going to be faster than it looks, that's for darn sure. I think I've seen an actual dragster that looks like this, but it was like a hearse body. Oh, it's quick. 7.5. 7.570. Let's give her another go. Ooh. Yeah, it wiggles like mad off the line, but once it gets traction, it does rip pretty darn hard. 7.499. Good time. Good time. I think it's probably average for this to be somewhere around 7.5. Right, next we got a vehicle by Stereotype. GRC. The Pantheon GRC. Let's see how this one goes. Model T, yeah, that's what it would be, Model T. I was thinking it would be the truck body, which I believe is the Model A, but obviously, like I said, I don't know too much about that generation of Ford vehicles from back in the day, or any ancient cars for that matter. I think, I don't know, this is a weird discussion to just bring up in the middle of a stream, but some people seem to think that because I make videos on cars, like I know literally everything about cars. Completely untrue. I do not know everything. Not even close. Sometimes I get ripped apart in comments of videos for like messing up a historical fact or something. And it's obvious that that I don't quite know always what I'm talking about. Alright, let's do it. Your third car ever. Did you make it for the drag strip specifically? Is it actually a ripper, or is it something that's going to be a little bit more mild? Because based on what you said before, I'm expecting mild, but you never know. Oh, first gear. It is geared, and it is also a little bit slower than some of the stuff we've been seeing, that is for sure. The mild-mannered mint green Pantheon with 11.4 seconds. 11 point, oh, that's not 11. 11.402 seconds on that run. Let's give it another try. And I'm hoping to do better than that. If I can do better than that, that would be good. Shifting right at the top, 11.452, so a little bit slower that time. But I will say, It is a very smooth car. It's not quick by the standards that we've been seeing, but it is quite smooth, and I appreciate that. Next one is a Rover called the Deranged Rover. Hopefully it is living up to its name. Got a text from my wife. She's probably wondering if I'm still alive in here. There we go, just let her know that I haven't died yet. Now, the death comes once we get into all-wheel drive, and it turns into an absolute disaster. So this one is by Groovester. I'm losing my voice. And I just got it. My brother's texting me now. I'm getting too many messages, I'm ignoring that. I see somebody is spamming potatoes. You know, YouTube gives us some power to do a little bit here and put you into a timeout. Goodbye. I see you asking what my favorite car is. You can just like say that once. I am trying to read the chat. Sometimes I miss things, but the Deranged Rover has got some absolute massive wheels. Let's see if they can run as hard as they look. Up in a drive. Oh, it's got good traction actually. So I should probably admit 6.2, 6.3, wow. I thought I was into the 6.2s, but just barely into the 6.3s. 6.302, that is wickedly quick for an SUV. Very, very fast. So what I was going to admit before is some of these cars I have actually tested, and the reason why I was testing them is because they exported weirdly, and I wanted to make sure that everything was actually going to work. The thing that that was a very fast run, by the way. The thing that is hard in these showcases, oh yeah, this car, we'll talk about this car in a bit, is that a lot of preparation goes into just getting the cars ready for these streams, because I want to make sure that I get everything sorted, and I'm not going to be getting into a bunch of cars that don't work, because that just makes it harder for me when I'm streaming here, because, yeah. So, that being said, I did mess up, and I apologize to Jared for missing his car. He sent it to me in a private message instead of in the actual channel, so I wasn't looking in the right places. But yeah, I think everybody else is accounted for here. So this one is Model 48 Trim 50 by EK Min, or EK Min. Extremely unique vehicle, as you can see. Basically no fixtures on it except to cover up the wheel wells, and it is interesting. So there was a little bit of an exploit. I don't fully understand it with the way that you can move the wheels forwards and backwards in automation to try and get your car to be faster. This one has very, very thin wheels, and I'm curious to see if anything actually happens because of it. You can see that it has a bunch of wings. I'm not sure if those are attached or not, but let's see if this thing can rip as hard as it looks it can. This is like a futuristic sci-fi car, basically. It actually reminds me a little bit of cars from Red Faction Guerrilla, if you know that game. Oh yeah, it lives up to the name. 5.490. What on this earth? 5.490. Hold on a minute. Is that the fastest car we've run? Yeah, it absolutely is. 5.490. Whew. Apparently, the trick is not to have ridiculously wide tires unless they're hidden wide tires. It might just be to make your car look as futuristic as humanly possible with thin wheels and absolutely ridiculous underside wings. Because there were no limits in this, you could do whatever you want. Obviously things are things are going insane here. I didn't think this one would be fast. I Had no idea. Also, those wings fall off immediately, so they are ineffective. 5.516. No chance. I'm going to give it another run because, again, this is a first place car. First place contender. Ah, yes, that's what the exploit is. Thank you, Buzzy, for mentioning that. So basically what Buzzy is saying is that you can make the wheels as wide as humanly possible and then thin using the advanced settings so that they don't explode. And the engine just exploded, but we managed a 5.514, very consistent car and a fast car beyond all measures so far. That is the fastest car in the showcase and probably the weirdest looking one. On to the final one for rear wheel drive. It's the Formula Dragster, and the creator of it is not... Oh, he is here. He's in the chat, so hopefully we can get this one done right. Oh, it's not fast? Well, I was expecting more from you. I'm joking. If your car isn't super competitive, I'm not really worried about it. I'm running them all no matter what. Big Bird, yeah, I remember running that one. You'll have to jump back in the stream if you want to see your car. I'm pretty sure you can. Can't break into the 5 seconds. Okay, well, we'll have to just see what I can do with it. If it can't break into the 5 seconds, then we already know who won. I think we have a first, second, and third already lined up here. Because if this car doesn't change anything, then that's it. Why are you spamming potatoes in the chat? What is... This is like some 2010s humor. Oh my goodness, if it isn't fast, it looks fast. Hold on a minute. There we go. Absolutely ridiculous wings and stuff here. And twin turbos sticking up. Very interestingly designed car, I'll say, and yeah, absolutely mental. This thing almost looks like a go-kart, but it's huge, unless that driver is just extremely small, which I think is the case. It's scaled a little bit differently than some of the previous cars we've been running. Oh man, the traction and the wings are gone. Everything's leaving. 6.163. Very, very speedy. But not enough to get into the first position or even close. Man, oh man, this has been a competitive class, guys. The traction off the line on this just feels like I shot a gun. Like it's just bang. 6.160. Very, very fast. And I think that is the end of rear wheel drive. Your attention, please, over on the thing up here. I have to point awkwardly to get this to work. Fastest time goes to Ikai Min and the ridiculous Audi looking thing. Ridiculously quick and easily first place. No questions asked. Now we have some other cars that got into the low fives. Starting from the top, we got nothing here. We got 5.6 and 5.3. I believe that Buzzy is indeed in second place with that 5.3, and then this, 5.53, and then 5.56 is our third place for Lennox V10. Let me know if I messed that up. I'm pretty sure I got everybody organized, but yeah, that is the lineup there for this run. Pretty darn good in terms of what I expected. I think it's crazy to think that rear-wheel drive cars have come this far. The fastest car in the first showcase was all-wheel drive, but it was like all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive bias, which was strange. And it managed to do 6.5, and I thought it was the fastest thing ever, as I talked about before. Now we're in 5.5, and I honestly think that's the fastest thing ever. Alright boys, we are going down into the final 33 cars of the showcase. This is going to be the last hour or so, I think. And it's going to be good. We're getting into all-wheel drive. I'm going to do a little bit of stuff off screen once we finish with this. I'm going to try to do some quick averages. Google Sheets is not my not my specialty, but I'll see what I can do. Pretty sure we can make an average calculation. First thing up is actually Rob's car, and he's been in the chat, I think, the entire stream so far. So finally time for your car to go. Whew. I'm getting tired. AC is on, but that means it's thankfully not going to be as hot in here as it has been. Some of the cars in this category, so actually maybe I'll explain the category a little bit before we continue. Basically what's happening is this is all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive in one. Some of these cars are actually four-wheel drive instead of just all-wheel drive, which messes with the way the things work a little bit. So all-wheel drive is good because it lets you do biases. You can have a very rear or front bias all-wheel drive car, and that I think it contributes to the way the things work in terms of your traction, obviously quite significantly. But for some, it's better to just be 50-50, have the wheels all equally loaded. 4x4 is a little bit different. We got locking diffs and stuff with that. I'm not going to be locking any diffs, but I am excited to see what those 4x4 cars can do, and I have them noted in the spreadsheet as being 4x4, so we'll know which ones are which. All right, Rob, so your car looks pretty interesting. It's definitely got a few front wings and some... I really actually like the gold-green look on the wheels. It's very unique. All right, all-wheel drive time. Whoa, this thing makes some noises. Hey, it's actually not off the line. That was pretty fast. 6.567, a good start to our all-wheel drive showcase here. 6.567. We'll give that another try. Oh, come on. Turbocharger overheating. 6.5. 6.565. Very, very consistent runs. 6.565. And it looks like we'll be going on to the second one here. But currently you're in first place. I don't think that's going to last too long. But yeah, very stable car. So the Vermont four-door drag is up next. Yeah, you're in first place and you're going to be at least in the top 3 for the next 2 runs. Next one up is actually Canadian Idiot. You are here in the chat, so welcome. Hopefully I live up to your expectations for your car. I'm trying to make things work. Trying to make things work well for this. Let's see if I can get close to the time that you have likely set for yourself. Acceleration isn't horrible. That's good to keep in mind. Hold on a minute, I gotta squash some bugs in the chat again. Bye. I just hid their messages, so that's gonna be it for them. But let's talk about this one a little bit. Two-tone, black, and like a cherry. Really like that color combo. And I think the giant intercooler out the front is a bit of a tell-all of what kind of power we'll be working with here. Let's go for a bit of a run and see what we can do. Oh, it bogs down at the start on the rear end. I like it though. It's very aggressive when cars do that. 7.6 seconds and the back end is like on the ground. 7.620. Let's try again, see if I can do a bit better than that. You know, when I was conceiving this drag race, that's not the right way to put it. When I created this drag race showcase, I didn't really think that rear-wheel drive would be as popular as it was. There were 31 contestants in that class and 33 in this. I thought all-wheel drive would be nuts. And it turns out that these cars are pretty darn nuts. Next one is the Mako Hammerhead. Ah, yeah, this one. That's the right one. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I met your time expectations. By the way, Rob, you're still in first. Let's keep that first place going. All right, let's see what we can do here. This one by Hyperfang. Big truck, big wings, very, very green, and hopefully, hopefully decent. I think the reality is, if you wanted to win this showcase, you kind of have to pull out all the stops. Like I see the message there, stereotype. You can't cheat if there's no rules. That's pretty much exactly it, right? But you can exploit the game to get the most out of it. It's actually really tough because I couldn't review every single car individually. So if I set like wheel sizes or something, I was going to need to get some help to get through that. But I do actually have an idea for another showcase doing this, where we limit the engines to like 3-cylinder or something, and it's the fastest drag race, 3-cylinder only, and we see what people can do. So this one, Pikes Peak, I agree, is actually using the exact same body that I used for my most recent build. So if you're coming from that video, this is the same thing. Certified Death Trap, wide load follows, and real big block under here. I appreciate those things. Let's see what the Hammerhead will do on the strip. Oh my goodness, it takes off with a force. It is very, very angry. 6.395. Rob, you have been dethroned. I apologize in advance. 395. Let's try again. Yeah, there are, as Buzzy's talking about, there are quite a few exploits. If you're knowledgeable with the exploits, then you can really make the most out of your car. So it's kind of hard for me to add in rules that specifically prohibit those things, because I was trying to make this as quick a reviewing process as possible. However, up next is the Wisher Prize. So this thing is unique, to say the least, and it is also the thumbnail car made by Rare Grills. Remember when I said that the Pod Racer was my favorite, made by Goofy? That one is my favorite. This is my second favorite in terms of design, just based on pure like wackiness alone. It's just mental, and I'm not sure if it's actually as fast as it looks, but I don't know. It's the eyes. They're getting to me. Oh man. So come on, beamng, load it up. There we go. This thing is extremely small, and it has a mustache. I'm not sure if that was an intentional thing, but I really do appreciate the time that went into making this look like a Fisher-Price car. It's not fast. Well, it looks fast. It's got wheels for days, probably the biggest size, at least on the rear. Let's see what it does on the strip. It looks nuts. The color scheme is nuts. The turbo is overheating and the thing wiggles like mad. 7.4. But it feels way faster than that. Like, genuinely, it feels significantly faster than that. Okay, I'm gonna give this one another go. Hey, thanks for calculating some averages, Happy Fireball Man. I will confirm those later. 7.371. It's not slow. It's definitely not slow. Right. Changing configuration, let's hop into the Type D. But yeah, I appreciate the the Wisher price quite significantly. I like that kind of uniqueness, I guess is the way to put it. Just making something so strange and weird, like you never think you would see it in this sort of showcase, but it's cool. Thanks for submitting it, Alex. I appreciate it. Hey, it actually does kind of look like it belongs in Mario Odyssey. That's a good point. Why does it take 4 years to load? Because it's the West Coast map. It's actually, I think the part that's taking the most is it has to import these cars constantly. It sucks because we used to be able to not have to leave the track to get all these cars to work, and I guarantee that most of this stream time is just spent loading. But it's I mean, it would be a much faster stream, but it's okay. It just gives us more opportunity to talk about stuff. Okay, this one, very basic styling. Like the color though, I'm a big fan of orange cars. Oh, and it's a manual transmission. See what I can do with it? Oh, it rips hard. The noises it makes are blinding my ears. Is that actually possible? Let's do 7.779. A good start to it. Alright, alright. Oh, wait a minute. I have to shift gears. I'm not used to that. Boom. Fourth and 7.738. Definitely not the fastest car, but an interesting one nonetheless. It is absolutely deafening. I don't know. You can tune the exhaust note with the advanced settings, and I think some of these cars have had that treatment. Rod is what this one's called. The Cyberghini. Let's load this one up. Ah. Fresh air. Ah. It's what I needed. I actually do need some fresh air. When this stream is done, I'm going to probably go out for a bike ride and then die partway through because of heat exhaustion. CVT in a drag car. You know, I think it would probably melt the belt unless you had a really good CVT. But no shifting gears, I guess. I mean, that's probably a good thing. Oh man, it does not want to load this one up. The game is having a hard time. But we got two turbos, both of them with some red accents in the Cyberghini. Is this thing... Oh, it's carbureted. Wow. Alright. Let's see what it'll do. Carbureted, twin turbo, and dual clutch. Big wheelies off the start, which is surprising for something all-wheel drive. It might be very biased to rear. That's 7.355. Not bad. Oh, what? 7.355. Give it another run. So, I see your comment there. The interesting thing is that we can only go down to 4 gears in automation, unfortunately. So that's as low as you get, unless you're going super old timer, I guess. Okay, but with the modern stuff, I believe you can only go down to 4 gears. Yeah, 1970. I don't think anybody's cars are from the 70s because you just wouldn't get the nice engine tech, like all the turbos and stuff. And obviously, you want as much power and as less turbo lag as you can get to have decent acceleration. You wanted to participate but got discouraged. I mean, the reality is that there'll always be somebody who has a more ridiculous car than you in styling and in speed. So it's best if you just submit something that you think is cool. And then at the end of the day, as long as you think it's cool, you're good. Okay, this one is by Bingus. It is an all carbon fiber dumpy dragster, apparently, with a massive hood and what is likely to be a huge engine in there as well. We got some advertising and a very serious looking aero package on the back, which is very cool. One thing I just noticed is it has steelies, and these are actually just hubcaps. We won't think about that too much. Ribbit on the roof, let's go for it. It's not slow. Ooh, 6.470, pretty good score so far. 6.470. I like that knockoff NVIDIA logo on the back. And yeah, the knockoff Twitch logo on the top too. 6.454. Pretty good times. That is actually second place right now in the all-wheel drive class. Next one is the RS, Blaze RS in particular. See if I can find it. There it is. Another one of these very unique cars, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Still on the podium, are you? Yeah, actually you are. You're in third place. Only 3 cars have done 6-second times, which is surprising for the all-wheel drive section. But I'm excited to see when we get down to some of the people who tend to make very fast cars and see what they can do. Apologies, my voice is going, but we're over 2 hours, so I guess that makes sense. Right, so this thing is a caged death trap with 2 fire extinguishers on it. You sit literally directly behind the engine, and it looks like your feet rest on the cylinder heads from the looks of things. Yeah, death trap. To say the absolute least, this is a death trap. Oh, it fires off the line pretty hard. You notice that sometimes the center line disappears when we do this. 6.518, that knocks you off the podium, Rob. Apologies in advance. See if I can do better. Oh, everything shakes as soon as you start this one up. Turbos are overheating, everything's braking, but 6.596 for the second run. Not bad. Not the best, but a reasonable third place. Vulcan Dominator Drag. Let's see how this one does. If it is truly the dominator of the drag. Okay, so the average is actually quite easy to put in there. I'm just going to quickly average. Yeah, it's actually pretty much doing it for me. It makes it a little bit easier. So our average time for front-wheel drive, I'm not sure if you can see that, was 8.919 seconds. Average time for rear-wheel drive is 7.445 seconds. And so far, the average time for this is apparently 7.002 seconds. And I'm not sure if it includes these blank spaces as zeros. No, it doesn't, because when I add in a zero, it calculates us in. So 7 point something seconds is actually the basic number so far for all-wheel drive. I'll have to keep that in mind, but obviously it's going to get worse as time goes on. Let's go ahead and run the Vulcan Dominator in a very lovely wine color. Very, very nice. Oh, it's loud. And it's overheating immediately. Oh, it broke! Oh, no. Oh, no, the engine locked up. Okay, I'm just going to let it go to the end. So we got a time of 13 seconds. I'm going to put that on the board, although I know it's going to get better than that. Let me see if I can do better than 13 seconds. That's a little bit weak off the line. I'm going to start this here so it doesn't heat up. Oh my goodness. It grenades itself right off the line. Ooh. Okay, this is going to be a bit of an issue. I might have to granny this one through. No way! Come on. Ah, the turbocharger locks up when it runs through. I'm not sure if that's just a me, or if it is something else. Maybe the export got broken or something. Let's just, like, drive it over there. Very softly. 11.1. Yikes, man. The thing is broken, unfortunately. But I'm going to give it the 11.1 second. That is not something that is representative of what that car could actually do if it wouldn't break off the line, I guess. Up next, we have a Juke R coming in hot. Hey, there's still 80 people watching this. Goodness. I appreciate you guys sticking around for so long. Don't be afraid to like the stream if you're enjoying this, by the way. It really does help. Yeah. These things are a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun to see these cars, run these cars, and just kind of mess around with you guys for 3 hours or so on a Saturday afternoon. So yeah, remember I said there were a bunch of Renault? You gotta say it with the harshest French accent ever. Renault. That's Renault Juke R. We'll see what we can do with this one. This one made by Zaza as well. I like these sort of realistically themed cars. And this actually does look like a Juke R too. All carbon fiber bits, all hopefully speed as well. Oh, it's quick. Yeah, this thing is actually shockingly quick and very, very unstable. 6.463. That is a wiggly beast. 6.463. Is that that is the... Wait a minute, that's a 6. That's third place. See if we can do better than that. Oh, the engine likes to break right off the line. That's not a good start. But with this all-wheel drive traction, 6.526, not bad at all. Not bad. It's a fun car. Very, very wiggly. I think it needs firmer suspension, if that's possible. Alright, next one is the Thunderstorm. The name's so long that it is crossing over into the other category. But we'll fix that today. All right, I'm gonna move the thing up a little bit just so we can see the bottom. Hopefully that doesn't cut it all off for you. Yeah, Cyclone. Cyclone is exactly what this thing is. Oh, I gotta fix that average. Hold on a minute. There we go. So average time for all-wheel drive so far is 7.359. Kind of indicating for me that these all-wheel drive cars so far have been a little bit more consistently fast, at least, than what we're seeing in some of the other categories. So this is the same pickup truck body, I believe, that I used again for the build from today's video, with a Cyclone theme, BMC on there, and hopefully it's as quick as the Cyclone was back in the day. This one, I believe, is actually four-wheel drive. You can see it has a diff in the center there. Very unique for this segment. We have not seen any four-wheel drive cars so far, so this is the first. 6.721. I believe four-wheel drive is a little bit heavier than all-wheel drive and less tunable, but you do get some interesting characteristics with it. Come on, keep her straight. 6.6. Ooh, it's fast. Not slow at all. 6.666. Yikes. That probably will be our fastest actual 4x4 car. This car is called Test 1 Clone Light Speed. We'll just go with the light top speed maybe instead of all the Test 1 stuff. Whew. Boys, I think we're getting down to the last... Well, this is number... Well, okay, the list numbering is completely wrong. But this is... we got from 17 to 40 cars left. I believe that would be 24 cars left, something like that. Should be good. I'm excited. Wait, did I say 24? Might be... Yeah, 24. Math is getting difficult the longer we get into the stream, to be honest with you. So this one claims to be a V12 right in its title. I'm curious to see how she does. Another one of those very basic styles, but you never know, it could be a rocket ship in disguise. Oh, it's... Yeah, oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright. Hold on a minute. Keep control of myself now. Just let her go. You do not want to steer this one at all. 7 seconds. Yikes. Do not touch the steering wheel if you happen to attempt this one. It does not like to be turned, even very mildly. Oh, almost lost it there. And 7, it's basically the same time. 7.084. Very consistent timing for that car. Let's get on to the next one. The B28. Oh, sleeper. Yes, definitely my kind of car. 22 cars left, including this one. Thank you for the counting. Sleeper, yeah. So the video I made today is of a sleeper as well. It's of a, I'm just looking at it on my phone, but it's of a truck, work truck, with a 1500 horsepower twin turbo V8. And the thing is that there actually is one that exists, except it has 2500 horsepower. From an article that I saw on the Drive, which is a pretty decent car website. Whew. let's see what we can do with the sleeper. This thing has 2,500 horsepower as well. Apparently, I am down on power with my own sleeper. I need to amp it up. Those numbers are weak. All right. Definitely looks like a family SUV. I like the little detail with the wipers on the headlights. That's kind of funny. But what's the hidden secret that this thing has? Looks like a twin turbo V8, maybe? Something with a heck of a lot of power, I would guess. We haven't seen too many cars with like completely full interiors. But this one has a full-on back interior and everything. 8.686. What the heck is this? Wow, that is the spammiest spam I have ever seen in my life. Talking about the sleeper, it's actually quite fast, especially considering what it is. Like, it's a big family SUV without having super wide tires, and 8.693, very consistent times as well. It's a good all-around car, that's for sure. Let's get into the Vega. You're questioning my iced tea? No, this is actual just like pure leaf raspberry iced tea. Nothing too crazy. Basically, I'm just trying to keep myself awake. It's not that the stream is boring, it's just that it is difficult to talk for 3 hours. But it's something that is fun to do, so. I mean, the hardest part of the streams is usually running out of things to talk about. Like, if the chat is dead and then I'm not really coming up with any new topics to discuss, either with myself or with the people who are actually still active, then the stream is toast because there's nothing else I can do. Whiskey. It is like 2:25 in the afternoon. That would be a problem. But no, I don't think that I'm saying that about this chat. You guys are keeping me awake, keeping me alive here, and I do appreciate it a lot. So this car here is the Vega 7V pre-run, and it looks like a car from Saints Row. I've been playing Saints Row, and that's why I'm thinking about Saints Row, but anytime I see something purple with big wheels, I'm like, hey, that's Saints Row. I'm blinded by the purple. But I'm also very oh my goodness, that start. This one is quick. It's definitely not gonna break the sound barrier like we've seen, but it is quick off the line. 8.469. Let's try it again. How is that thing back? There we go. How big of a stream do we have to have in order to attract these like really crappy spam bots? I think that's the first time I've actually seen those before, at least on my own stream. Why does it have only one side mirror? That's called efficiency. Pure efficiency. Pretty good run though. Definitely not going to blow your socks off, but a very cool looking car. Stella Dragger is next. This one hiding its wheels. Hopefully it is absolutely ridiculous. Are you asking where I'm from? Because I'm from Canada. Born and raised here, and yeah. That's it. No, nothing too fancy. I remember. I'll give you some slight background here. So I grew up close to Toronto, and Toronto is extremely diverse. And even when I was growing up, it was very diverse. So there were people from all different cultures there, especially people whose parents were like born in a different country and then grew up there and then moved to Canada and had their kids in Canada. It's a very common thing. So growing up in a super multicultural area, we always did these class projects where kids would like talk about their family history. And I remember we did these like family tree things with the country your parents were born in and the country your grandparents were born in and all that. This is elementary school, so very basic stuff. Mine was all Canadian flags up to like up like several generations worth, and then after that it was just England. Nothing else. And there were people with like flags from all over the world. There's like all this unique stuff. Mine is just Canada and England. So boring, but that's just who I am. Okay, this thing is very uniquely designed, very subtle, which I like, and I do like the wheel covers as well. 8.260 seconds, not gonna blow our socks off in terms of the running, but pretty ridiculous car. It's like a very futuristic cyberpunk look. I like the front end especially. Let's do it, come on. 8.2, that is just the same as what I had got before. Nothing too crazy, unfortunately. But decent car overall, fun to drive. Okay, Surf Lion. Let's see what this one's about. It's actually hot in Canada. You know, the thing is that hot is relative. I think it's like 25 degrees right now, and I'm sweating like mad. Talking about Celsius. 25 degrees here is pretty normal summer temperature. It will go up to 35, sometimes even 40, depending on where you are. But then in the winter here, it's like bloody cold. It'll go down to negative 35, sometimes even negative 40 at night. And then obviously the further north you go, the colder it gets. But I don't live near Toronto anymore. Moved much further north for better work. The thing is, and this is part of the reason why it's so hot, I have a very powerful computer that has been playing this game for 3 hours directly next to me, so it's putting out a lot of heat, and my door is closed, which you can see. So let's get into the the surf line. It says the screamer on the side of it. I appreciate the detail where it says, "I am so sorry." What are you sorry for? Because this is gonna hurt my ears. Is that what it is? This has Quebec written all over it. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully it's really quick. Oh, interesting. You notice this one is like way over designed. It's got a full interior and it's got a hole for the engine. 6.2 seconds. Is that the fastest car in this class so far? Yeah. I think so. 6.283 seconds. The fastest car in all-wheel drive as of right now. Yeah, I just noticed that. Thank you for noticing. 6.2, oh my goodness, that's even faster. Well, because this one is first place, we're gonna go by our first place rules and give it one more try just to see if I can maximize that potential. Ooh. My phone just went off, apologies, but we're ripping. 6.261, a little bit slower than the past time, but a good time overall. Man, I am like very popular today. My phone usually does not go off at all. Let's run the Mighty Boy. Hey, thanks for sticking around, Safik. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Yeah, I thought that was the Quebec flag on the top there. Hey, no problem, Matt. I appreciate you submitting a car. Turbo Cats is up next. We'll see what Turbo Cat's car is made out of. They're here in the chat, so things are getting heated. Let's see what I can do with it. I remember one time, I don't remember what showcase this was, but I got so embarrassed trying to drive somebody's car and I just couldn't do it. And they're in the chat like, no, please. But sometimes I just can't get these cars around tracks. That's why I like these drag races, because it's dead easy. Like, I'm playing with an Xbox controller. It's just like a, oh sorry, it's just a PDP Xbox controller. Most of the time I just have to shift gears and hold the throttle, and that's it for these races, which is nice. The sound that this thing makes out of its gold exhaust is shocking, I will say. And it's definitely got some interesting wheels as well. Let's give the Mighty Boy a go. Oh, a little bit of a slow start. The crackling from the exhaust. And I want to run it through this race. 7.8 seconds. I can do better than that. Okay, I'm going to keep control of it this time. It really wants to veer into the wall. It is hungry for steel. And 7.239. Not a bad time. Let me put that up on the board. I'm going to give it one more go because my first go was a bad one. Somebody asking how I am. I am tired, but I'm good. I'm happy to be getting near the end of this. 7.0, that's a lot faster. Much, much better start that time. 7.048. Pretty good. Not bad at all. Let's break out the this one, the 918 Killer. I believe that this one is also 4x4. And this one very much reminds me of, yeah, Nissan Petrol. I remember I saw a video a long time ago of one of these things. I think it was in Dubai, doing a drag race, and like smashing a supercar or something. That's my knowledge of these cars. This very much reminds me of that. Let's see how she goes. 4x4 is gonna be good. That's what it's based on. Cool. So I'm not totally far off then. I'm glad that that I'm not too bad. First time catching me live. Hey, it's cool. I don't really stream very often anymore. Honestly, I don't stream too often because I've been taking a bit of a break. Like, I still make a video every week, but it's been nice to have the weeknights to spend with my wife or play games or, yeah, just kind of not be worried about streaming. Alright, we got a big boy petrol here. Massive wheels and a ridiculous front. I like the detail of the Nissan logo, which is custom made. Let's run this through the drag strip, 4-wheel drive. Oh, man. Okay. 6.598. You know, that actually felt a lot slower than 6.5, but we're not arguing with the timer here. That's a good time. That is much above average for this class. I guess when it's less dramatic, it doesn't feel as quick, but The reality is that less drama generally means a quicker time. Some of the cars that we've seen have done wheelies just like right off the line and explode and stuff. It's good to have one that's like super consistent and well above average for the class, so yeah, good car. Next one, AWX. Yeah, so if you see the time all the way at the bottom, that's 7368. That's the overall average of the all-wheel drive class. So, like if I put a 55 in here, then it's going to increase it significantly. Driver view runs with the class winners. I'm not sure that that's a good idea. Somebody's gonna get seasick. Not Cross's car is actually coming up next after this one. And then we've got Childish Sin. So the people that I've marked as red are mods on the Discord, and then the people who are marked as yellow are YouTube supporters. So that's just how that works. Alright, let's see what this one will do. Made by Legion. Got some stuff here. Massive, massive wheels on this. Thick all the way around. Let's go for it. Over rev risk. Oh my goodness, it didn't start quite as I anticipated it would. It refuses to start off the line with full speed. And this thing suffers from extreme turbo lag. 9.17. Ooh. That's not good. Hold on a minute. Let's see how we do it. I'm going to start this one a little bit lower. Yeah, it does not like starting from a revved position. Oh man, it doesn't like starting at all. Yeah, if you can nail that start with this car, then it would be an absolute ripper, because when it gets into the power, it is super, super quick. I want to try that one more time, because the start on this is just so funky. Yeah, like that acceleration is abysmal. Very fast at the top end, though. Extremely quick at the top end. You can see the point when the turbo lag kicks in. when that lag catches up. It just takes off. Alright, let's do Not Cross's car. NC00 jump off a cliff because this thing might kill me. It looks like a Cavalier. I'm not sure that was the anticipated thing, but yeah, let's see. Let's see what it does. Ooh. We only got a few cars left at this point. I think 13 cars, something like that. Not too much. The showcase is actually coming to an end. It's been weeks in the making. Weeks in the making. It drives at a quick pace. You know, I'm hoping that it does. I hope it does. This lemonade, and you guys in the chat are keeping me alive. Hey, take it easy, Elios. Appreciate you watching the stream. Or Elios. Boys, it's getting dark outside. My my run might be questioned today. Is that rusty exhaust? I like the detail. Hold my beer and watch this. All right, I mean, if you insist. So we got what looks like a fairly basic family sedan with Cavalier headlights. Was this done on purpose to make it look like a Cavalier? Although I'm sure that it's a little bit more aggressive than that. Oh, holy crap, it's just a little more aggressive than that. Not much drama either. 6.334. Holy crap. 6.343. Surprisingly fast for a Cavalier. See if I can keep it controlled here. See, we got the center line back. Hey, 6.364. That is fast. What are we looking at in terms of other times? So 6.343. I think that might be second place. Yeah, that's second place right now. Very, very significant second place. So we'll keep that one alive for sure. See if it makes it all the way to the end in second. Up next, we have the Zan Mafia spec. Hopefully this one is a little bit quicker than it looks. Seems like it might be a... Oh, Victor, yeah. Excellent timing if yours is the Victor TSB. This one made by Tentacloud. Interesting name. Makes me think about Tentacool or Tentacruel. It's a big boy, though. We'll see how it rolls. Yeah, it's cool that that people have been able to catch their cars live. It's always fun when the creator is in there to explain their thought process. Some of the cars that we've run have been very, very unique, is the best way to put it. So, yeah. Whew. TSB's too slow. Oh, rude. That is so rude. Right, so big boy. Big boy. It actually looks like a Maserati to me. I know some people were saying Lincoln, but this to me just feels like Maserati. Let's run it through. Off the line, it hesitates a little bit, but it screams when it's hitting those gears. Lots and lots of wheel spin. 7.0 and all of our tires are gone when we hit the end. 7.049. Let's try another run. I'm loving the triple side pipes, by the way. I think that's an excellent touch. If we can keep it contained... Ooh, it very consistently loses all the tires at the end of the run, which is pretty funny, but it doesn't quite have the speed to get into first place or anything like that. It definitely is better than average from what we've been seeing. Next one, Speedy McSpeedface the fourth. Let's see what we can do with this thing. It looks like a fish. I will say that now. Oof. Water supply's running low. Gonna have to call in for backup. TVR fish car on steroids. Well, let's see. Let's see what it does. So we've got 1, 2, 3, including this car. That's 6, 9, 12 cars left? Something like that? Pretty good so far. I think we'll definitely be able to finish this up in the next 15 minutes or so. And then we'll do a little bit of a victory ceremony. Oh, the fourth version, I see. Speedy McSpeedface. Does it have a speedy face? The answer is yes. It has a gaping mouth and also a massive front wing. Let's give it a rip and see how she does. 12,000 RPM. Oh, off the line it hurts. This one was made for speed. 5.7. Oh my goodness. Well, 5.764 is very clearly the fastest time in this class. Absolutely nuts. I remember seeing your progress, Victor, with how you were making this car. And I totally forgot that this was yours. 5.753, so that's even faster. can probably get better with less steering. I'll give it another try. I'll let it just sit and see what happens. I am not touching the steering at all. 5.733, my best time. That's wickedly quick. 5.733, not the fastest in the showcase. We have seen the fastest as the rear-wheel drive cars, but I suspect that that will be the fastest in the all-wheel drive stuff. Just based on what I've seen from the Discord. That is ridiculously quick. Yeah, definitely, Rob. That's the right way to go. Too speedy, boy. Or too speedy, bro. Also works for me. Very nicely done, Victor. I appreciate your time and effort put into the showcase, maximizing what all-wheel drive cars can do with the Speedy McSpeedface. Big boy. 5.5s with manual shifting. Yeah, I definitely can see that. 5.7 feels good though. That's pretty darn fast. And the only car to get in the 5s so far of the ones that we've been running. Oh. Alright, full yeet. Let's see what this thing will do. See if we can't just get full speed from the full yeet. This one made by Childish Sin. Slow immediately on the back of it. Full yeet freezer. Oh my goodness, it's low at the front. I like the drag truck aesthetic though, and also pretty much everything else about this. Let's give it a go. Oh my goodness, she rips real hard. 6.318. That is shockingly fast, and I think that's enough for a podium in our current lineup. 6.318. We have a 6.2 here. Yeah, that's third place. Nicely done. Let's see if we can get a little bit better than that. It needs like a touch of steering, but oh, actually this run, no steering. That should be quicker then. 6.319. Oh, so darn close to the previous run. Man, oh man. I'm surprised at how many 5s we've been able to get so far with this. That was a good one. Very, very nicely done. Alright, we're bringing back the old style with the Herman America with a K. It is a bit strange that these days rear-wheel drive cars are better, but I guess once you get those exploits going, making the wheels just absolutely massive, and then also shrinking them so they don't blow up, seems like that is the best strategy that we've seen. Plus an engine that like perfectly balances the weight with the power. That's pretty much what you need. Oh man, let's run the Herman America, made by Benjo. I am curious with this one because this body is like a really old one. I've used this before to make a like classic Jaguar lookalike that basically had zero grip, but this being in the all-wheel drive, you know, it's packing some heat underneath. Very, very cool wheels on that. Let's see what we can do with the subtly styled big Jaguar lookalike. Oh my goodness, what's going on? What the heck? Oh, you know what it is? The ESC screwed it. This thing is wickedly quick, and I also killed the engine. Okay, obviously that time isn't gonna fly. Traction control absolutely killed this car in that first run. You have to get... Oh, and the engine grenades if you... Oh man, so I got around the traction control by delaying the run a little bit, and then immediately the engine blew. Alright, I'm gonna start with a roller. Yeah, that's a lot better for this one. And the engine went again. 8.5. Oh, rough, rough, rough. Cool car, unfortunately having some problems. Next one is the tiny Doomsday. Let's see if we can't just run this one and see how she goes. I'm excited though. I think so far this showcase, I mean so far we only have a couple cars left. It's been good so far. It's been good. ESC off, yeah, I know, but no, because part of the rules was that ESC was on if you put it on. So I can't run a car without it, especially if it's competitive, just to be fair. Oh man. Boys, there are some days, oh my goodness, is this thing back? I have legit banned that 3 times and it keeps coming back. I don't, like, how? Is it just different accounts? It must be. If you see that again, please report it, and hopefully that account just gets deleted off the face of the earth. Right, Tiny Doomsday is not very tiny. This is like a nuclear Fallout edition car, almost. Really, really cool. Very, very nicely styled. And hopefully wickedly quick. Oh, it doesn't want to stay straight, and the engine is braking. 6.5, oh, way above average. 6.589 with the, thanks for reporting it, guys. But 6.5 there with this car, and the engine was smoking down most of the strip. You can see it there once again. 6.577, ooh, fast, very fast. Next one is the Helltaker. I wonder if it's themed based on Helltaker. And I cannot spell words, or I'm just missing the keys. Oh man. Yeah, I guess it's too bad you can't get automation on an iPad. For those of you who don't have PCs. Ooh, ouch, TurboCat, more like L-Taker. Boy be taking L's out here. So this is by Crack Motors. We'll see if this thing drags me all the way down or not. Yes, pun intended. You could have named a car Drag Me to Hell and it would be a perfect pun, but I don't see anything like that. Do I drink maple syrup on the daily? Answer no, although maple syrup here is really good because we can get it locally. So like you can get local treed maple syrup. And I also have 2 maple trees in my backyard, but they're not the sap producing ones. Limited edition Helltaker, big boy. This thing is wide. I like what I'm seeing though. The red and black styling is very, very cool. Let's see what she can do. I was gonna say that it drives really straight, but it kind of doesn't. 6.375 is a very fast time though. Let's see what we can do here. The limited edition on the back just looks great. I love the detail. Oh, that's much better. 6.371. Okay, maybe not much better, but still a great time. 6.371. Let's load up the next boy. Underdog. Is it truly an underdog? Underdog Challenger. An actual Challenger clone. We'll see if real life cars are faster than our fake ones. Oh yeah, I remember that meltdown. It literally had a meltdown. Yeah, no, it's a good thing. I think if you do this with the scenario, the other scenario. Oh, AC's back on. But if you do this with the other scenario, you'll get DQ'd for crossing the line. So this one gives us a little bit of leeway, which is nice. We got 7 cars left, including this one. Definitely some fast ones in here. I remember one of the ones you can see there sure as can be. Put it in the last 10 seconds of the showcase. Literally the last 10 seconds. I didn't think that they were going to get it in, but it managed to make it. Alright, so what we have here is a Challenger. Very Challenger-esque from the front end. And the back end is kind of the modern Challenger look. This actually almost looks like the new E-Challenger thing that they have. It's a concept car. That's not the right name for it, but it basically is a Challenger electric. Oh, off the line she hits. Let's go. I just gave it a touch of steering there. Maybe it didn't need it. 6.3. Wow, that is fast. 6.351. See if I can do better than that. No steering at all is what my aim is here. Okay, that might be a mistake. Oh, every tire deflates. 6.333. Very good time. Right, next one. Brute. Another big classic. Let's see what it'll do. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that issue before. I might have actually had it when I did the Drag Race Showcase intro video, and I ran it myself and got like 4 seconds. I was like, what? Wait a minute. So, first place currently is obviously the car that got 5 seconds. Victor's in first with 5.733. Second place is actually Childish Sin, I believe, with 6.318. And then third is Flow2802 with 6.33 in the last car that we just drove there. Did I ran the drag 4, right? I didn't mess that up. Did I run the wrong car? Hold on a minute. Drag 4. I didn't run the drag 4. Oh my goodness, I'm getting myself mixed up. Guys, I need help. What's this 6333 supposed to go for the Underdog Challenger? I think it was 6.333. And this goes away here. So we're running the Brute first, and then we'll run the Challenger. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm losing it. Actually, hold on. We gotta look at this one. Massive, absolutely ridiculous, what looks to be a V12 under the hood. Oh my goodness, it doesn't like to rev at all. The sound that this makes is insane. 7.6. What the heck? 7.618. And I kind of messed that up. Hold on a sec. I'm going to try to run this one a little bit differently. High up in the revs. Yeah, it just dies immediately. The noise it makes though, my ears, 7.7. Okay, we're done with this one. We're absolutely done. Let's bring on the drag 4. So this is the problem with the current setup, by the way. If I was to try and just load that car in without going through the time trial by itself, then it would unfortunately never be able to trigger the event properly. We wouldn't get any of the checkpoints. And that's why I have to reload the game every single time. So the name of this one, the first part of it I refuse to say. So we're going for the second part only, which is the drag 4. Thank goodness I caught that error. That would have been bad if I accidentally attributed a time meant for the Challenger to the awkwardly named drag 4 vehicle. Yeah, sorry for missing your car. I didn't realize that was actually you in the chat, Flow2802. But yeah, this is your car. Very sleek looking, actually. I really like the wide body that you've done on it. Looks good. Let's go for a drive. The noise, oh my goodness. This is peak broken automation noise. 6544. I mean, I didn't give you the 6.3, but you are getting a 6.5, which is still a very good time. Very above average. Let's do it again. Yeah, no, that is exactly what it sounds like when a computer freezes. Windows XP is having difficulties. And, yeah, not a bad time. Very above average for that car. Not quite third place, but a good run. KYS. This one here. This is a very unique vehicle, and I think it's going to be a fun one to run. 7,000 horsepower. You know, that might be part of the problem. Some of the engines just, like, do that. I think the V12 has some specific sound-based errors in it. Iced tea is finished. Water is done. We're on the back home stretch. But hey, it's good to run your car, even though it's fifth last from the, not in last place from the like lineup here, but fifth from the end of all the cars that I'm going to be running today. You guys remember way back at the beginning of the stream when I was like, oh yeah, 2 hours, we got this, easy. We're over 3 hours now. The stream has been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes. It's okay. I think that this has been a worthy time. It's been fun. The Vega, I don't see it in the lineup here, so it has probably gone. If you check out the link in the description, you can see this this spreadsheet I'm working on. So, holy goodness, that is a very unique looking car. You are supposed to hide the body in this, but obviously can't always do that in the way that it exports into beamng. Wow. This one looks pretty nuts. I like the massive wing on the back. I believe that's off an F1 car. Let's see how fast... Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. I'm just gonna let that one play out. Yeah. This thing is a bullet. Let's go for another attempt. Okay, didn't load that time. Come on, game. There we go. Oh, keep it good. Turbo's overheating. 5.9, no way. Oh man, we're finally getting into the cars that are like deep in the fives. 5.976. That is wickedly quick. Okay, let's give her another couple runs. Victor, is your car challenged? I actually don't think so. This one is a little bit less predictable. 5.966. Ooh, that's fast. That is very fast. And that is a very solid second place in the all-wheel drive portion of the showcase. Okay, next car is by Sure As Can Be. It's called the Iron Boulevard Gravestormer. Let's see how this one goes. Remember when I said that one car called the Helltaker would be dragging people to hell? This one is the real version of that. Realistic version. But yeah, Soul Vinny, very, very fast car. We definitely have a couple more surprises left in the stream. I'm hopeful in these last three that we can bring down that average and just absolutely like smash some of these records we've been getting through. But again, rear wheel drive just seems to be faster. I don't know what it is. Whatever the case is, it's faster, lighter perhaps. Sometimes automation, especially when it gets exported into beamng, doesn't make any sense. So you can think about it realistically, but the reality is we're playing a game and it's not 100% real. Well, this one, I know based on all of Sure As Can Be's cars, it probably has an absolute buttload of fixtures, so it's taken a while to load her in. That's okay though, because our eyes will be treated to the beauty of it once it actually gets in. So, if I see that 7 of you are looking at the spreadsheet, if you see any errors with it, let me know. Obviously, we had 2 instances of me messing up and skipping a car by putting a time in the wrong place, but it happens. Okay, so this one, Gravestormer, is very, very well designed, as you would expect. It's got a wheelie bar, it's got a parachute, it's got an interior. This is a big boy, it looks like 10, maybe 10 cylinder. V10 twin turbo possibly. An absolute ripper. Thank you for the donation, Quits. I appreciate it. I will get myself a tea with that. And oh, it hesitates off the line, but when it gets going, it is absolutely fast. 7.768. And as soon as it hit the wall, the game decided it didn't want to do anything with it. You could tell the physics were having a bit of an aneurysm there, because there's a lot of stuff that could fly off. I'm gonna try and keep it straight. Oh, it's jiggling. 7.558. There's more in that car for sure. Very quick and very destructive at the end of the line there. The piston rings are gone. You gotta rebuild that engine literally every single race. Up next we have the Farce Kestrel, or Kestrel, made by Shug, who I believe was in the chat earlier. And I don't know if they're still here, but that's okay. 2 cars left, 2 cars left. So we got this one by Shug. Oh, you're still perfect. Okay, perfect. But we got this one by Shug, and then we got this other one by Fufu, and then we'll be done with the Drag Race Showcase 2022. My announcing voice is gone, so you're just gonna have to get the backup announcer voice here. Hey, thanks for joining in, Horizon. I appreciate you sticking it out with us for the past however long you've been here. It's hard to keep track of, to be honest. 30 cylinders. Oh, man. Ooh. So what we're going to do at the end of this is we'll just go through the results again briefly. Is it back again? How dare you? I'm going to report it for spam. And then I will hide them again. That is supposed to be a ban, but obviously it expires at some point, I guess, because it just keeps coming back. So, we have a car. I like how it says Flux Bros on there. I appreciate it. Thank you for reporting that, guys. The bot is extremely annoying. This looks like an Australian supercar, like the supercars that run at Bathurst. I'm not sure if that is exactly what you're going for, but it is very cool. Let's go for a run. Ooh, it doesn't like to rev when it's in drive. It hesitates on third gear a little bit, but 8.898 seconds. Are we going to be able to dethrone the winner? Not with this car, but with one of the, or with the final vehicle. Oh yeah, it does not like revving and then accelerating after start like that. Sometimes it's hard to get the cars to match that perfectly. 8.7, that's a much better time than my first run. So it seems like revving might be the way to go. But hey, I appreciate your submission, and thank you. Let's run into the last vehicle of the day. Dragster, Fufu. That would be this one. We're ending off on an awkward note, but it's sketchy. You can say that about pretty much every single car in this showcase. They're all over the place. What the heck copy-paste is that lazy eye garbage? Interesting. It's been a while since I've streamed. I think I've missed a lot of this weirdness that's going on here. You'll stay for one more car? Hey, why not? If you gotta sleep though, I would recommend that you sleep. Because we're going on 3.5 hours in the stream, and it's been a bit of a thing. But no worries, boys. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed looking at all these cars, and I've really enjoyed driving them as well. It's fun to hang out with you guys. There have been like consistently 80 people here, something like that, and that's very, very good for my streams. So it's cool to see you guys are interested. Interesting design choices with this one. All carbon fiber. I think some people think that carbon fiber paint is lighter, maybe. Okay, I think the current winner is going to be keeping his crown. That's a 688, not slow. Definitely faster than average of 7.2 at this point. Gonna give Dragster Fufu another go. That's a much better run. 6.837. Beautiful. Guys, that is it for the drag race showcase. Let's declare some winners for rear wheel drive while this car flips and flops and does its stuff. First place is going to be Victor with the 5.7. Very, very nice run. And I think second place will be this 5.9 here. I don't think anybody else got into the fives. So correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I believe that that is second place. And then third place, we have this car here, 6.2. I don't think anybody did better than that in this lineup. No, that's it. Third place right here. Well done, guys. Very well done. I appreciate you guys sticking around with this. it has been a very fun stream. Let's just make this bigger so you can see what's going on. There we go. But we have the results, all of them here. It has been a very fun stream. I just wanted to go over the results a little bit with you. So let me just hide that. The fastest time overall is going to be given to, hold on a minute. Let's make that bigger. There we go. The peak performance was able to do a 6.3, which is ridiculously quick, but 5.490 is the best of the best. That is the top time of the day for a car that was very janky, but also very cool. And then 5.7 for the all-wheel drive stuff. Interesting as well, the averages, you can see front wheel drive was the slowest with 8.9 seconds, that's here. And then this is rear wheel drive with 7.4 and 7.2, which you can't see. There you go. Is the fastest time, or the average time, sorry, for the rear wheel drive. So interestingly enough, the rear wheel drive cars were actually faster overall. But that's it. That's going to be it for this stream. Thank you everybody for your participation. Thank you for liking the stream and sticking around. Thank you for the donations as well from some people. I'd encourage you before you go, if you like this stream and you want to see more stuff like this, just watch my most recent video. It's out now. It's like 30 minutes. So if you're into more content, then jump on over there. But and then before you leave, it'd be awesome if you like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys again soon. And also, I think it was I Show Speed or something from a long time ago that sent over some of their chat for us. So thanks to whoever that is for supporting me. I will see you guys again next time. It's time for me to stand up. Every single bone in my body is going to crack. And then I'm going to go outside. I would suggest that you do the same if you've been on this for a while. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.